Hello everyone and welcome back to Tabletop Fables and episode 3 or 4 if you count 1.5 of Dogs of M.E.R.C.Y Descent into Avernus. I'm DM Cody and we're going to go around and introduce our characters starting from Kip.
G'day there, I'm Cooper. I'm playing Kip, a half-elven Kensai monk, a fisherman of trade, and he runs around. He's a not exactly the smartest of people, but he's good for a laugh, and he's loyal where it matters.
Very familiar with snake bites suddenly.
Suddenly very familiar with snake bites.
G'day, I'm Blake. I play Raz, a Air Genasi arcane trickster rogue who is currently very worried about his friends and that shattering noise you just heard.
Good reason.
I'm Bam. I play Tonk, a wild magic sorcerer, Aarakocra duck, who's a grumpy old man because he's aged quicker than everyone else, and he's very excited about the shattering noise that he's someone responsible for.
Yes, he is.
Chaos.
Hi, I'm Josh. I'll be playing Ruse, a changeling bard of the College of Law. And he currently looks like a beautiful woman, and he's going to do a bit of work to try and keep our friends alive.
College of...
Yeah, College of...
You have to whisper it.
Yes, speak up. College of Whispers.
I genuinely believe you just got that.
You'll never know. We will.
Okay.
Shit.
I never do. I can't read him at all.
Neither.
Hey everyone, I'm Maddie and I play Clary, a human trickery cleric who worships the traveller, giver of gifts and bringer of change and innovation, and currently also kind of curious about what was happening downstairs and the random shatter noise, and hopefully we'll be able to heal up some people, which is probably necessary, she's assuming, at this point.
Let's be real.
I feel like Clary's here to just patch up everyone else's mistakes at this point.
By this point.
You are the traveller's gift.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, speaking of mistakes,
I'll wait to that.
hi everyone, my name's Matthew. I'm playing a Tabashi nature cleric. I think for a while now, and I promote reason and logic over violence, which is, well, it's been quite useful so far, and it's gotten to me in a lot of great situations. Everyone else nods.
Even though you actually killed the last boss that we...
We don't talk about that.
You
We do not talk
agree.
about that.
Smoker will talk about that. Smoker is looking forward to staying alive as long as he can.
Don't take example from me.
As long
Never
as you
take-
can. Roll a d6 for minutes.
Rounds, let's be real.
Last time you managed to make your way to the Medusa's lair and found your way inside, coming across an alchemy lab and lots of cockatrices running around causing all sorts of trouble. You managed to find your way in and were attacked by a giant snake that almost killed Kip. And almost took a couple of others down while the cockatrices distracted you, but you managed to survive just long enough to go back and find a paladin of Tyr who agreed to help you and resurrect your petrified state. No comment?
None.
At least there was only one of us at that point.
That wasn't correct.
Moving forward, the Medusa was in her lair. She seemed fairly non-hostile to you until you provoked an attack, in which case she accidentally turned all of you to stone.
Oh,
Except
this is
for two.
very interesting coming from her point of view.
I mean, in her defense, go and watch the VOD. She did ask you to leave like 12 times, and when you refused on the 12th time, she was like, fine.
Well, 13 would have done the trick, but...
Because
Bakers doesn't, come on.
Lucky number and all that jazz.
And even after that, she agreed to help you and gave you the potions needed to bring your friends back from their stony state. At which point you decided the best idea was to try and murder her face. So, this is where we start.
To be fair, Mr. Shiny
the
did
ground.
that.
Oh, no, it's been told him.
Everyone roll initiative.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
Off to a great start.
Yeah.
Not much better.
Really didn't want it to be that good.
Of all the times to get a low initiative, now is not the good time.
Alright, let's go around the room.
16.
Yep.
19.
Yep.
7.
Yep.
I mean, you 5.
10.
And the snake.
18.
Okay.
Nice.
You hear kick hit the ground. You all ready? I believe we had a ready Eldritch Blast, if you want to roll that.
Bang.
Oh, yeah, sure. I got such low initiative, I was like,
We're on.
You crit and you kill them.
where's my Tides of Chaos at? Did anyone watch?
I believe you did use it.
Yeah.
Well, luckily this is Eldritch Blast and not
That was a journey.
something that would use it. It was.
That's 4 plus
About 10.
So not wanting to look at the Medusa, you avert your gaze, throw an Eldritch Blast, and it just... What is your Eldritch Blast look like?
just like a beam of light energy.
Yeah, just...
No,
sizzles
black.
off.
No, green.
Black, white, or green energy sizzles off.
Yeah, depending on my mood, it's like a mood ring.
3 moods.
You hear a...
Scared, excited.
You hear a
Death!
sizzle of magic energy, and... all of a sudden the ground underneath you gets hotter, and you see the water start bubbling and smoke billowing up from the water.
So
Brings
glad
us to Raz.
I missed the shiny's back right now.
So they just
Hang on,
knocked
so
off a death
smoke
save.
billows up from the water.
Hey!
If you want to call yourself Smoke, you're going to wear this.
Hey. I thought it might have been Steam, but anyway. Oh, Jesus.
I'm just ready to ride off the Fables.
Yeah, that's fine. Oh, God. I'm gonna have to go up these stairs, aren't I? Yeah, that has. Alrighty. Raz is gonna. He's going to preemptively, like, try to shut his eyes and start going down the stairs, just shouting, just like, what is going on? Why is everything breaking? It's gonna be very difficult to get a beat on what's going on with
As
just
you go
like.
down, you notice that there's this spilling steam. There you go.
Yeah.
Not bad. Coming up through the corridor.
Oh, that's quite hot.
That's his brother.
Rest billow of steam.
Brother wearing a big white sheet, billowing.
Wait, the steam coming off, it means that you probably can't see through the
So
reflection.
you're just moving down?
Yes, but like once he hits the steam, I think I want him to. God, I think I want him to try to hide like on the staircase.
Well, you're in steam, like you figure you're obscured to some degree.
Okay.
Especially with your molecular makeup being somewhat similar.
Yeah.
Very subtly put.
I'm a mirage in here.
Fancy?
Very fancy.
That's what I thought. Yeah, I'm just gonna go down, and I'm going to carefully look around. If I spot anything glowy and red, I'm going to just
You
shut my eyes
see
immediately.
about 7 to 10 feet around you, and the steam there just goes perfectly white
Ah,
with heavy obscurity.
interesting. Terrifying.
Fun.
Yeah. If it's all the same to you, I'm just going to try to hide anyway.
Yeah, roll a stealth check.
Despite being like incredibly obscured and whatnot. Yeah. That's quite high. 21.
Yep. Yep, you sort of just, with the stain, just slink into the stain a bit, pressing against the wall where the mirrors are still active, but they sort of... Well, you only got a 10-foot square and like a 100-foot.
Oh no.
Alright. Noted.
No one knows you're there.
Yeah. So let's try it.
So not all the mirrors are shattered.
Not even close.
Oh no.
Boom.
Which mirrors
boy.
are shattered out of
So, guys,
The
curiosity?
one's directly above where the Medusa were.
So guys,
Okay.
they're steamed and fogged now, so everything's fine. It's like a bathroom after a shower. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a sauna now.
Basically, yes. Alright, what's Smoke doing?
Okay, so I'm guessing Smoke has no idea exactly where the Medusa is?
No.
Okay. Well, Smoke is going to carefully, like, are there any shards of glass around where Smoke is?
Where were you last time?
I think I was just part way into the room.
You'd think it would probably be about 15 to 20 feet ahead, would be where the shattered glass fell. There's a good bit of space between you and it.
Alright, Smoke is going to carefully move up to where the glass is and pick up a shard.
Yep.
Okay, pick up a shard, and it's going to use that shard to just carefully look around low towards the ground, and to see if you can sense or see any signs of, well, feet that may be Medusa looking.
Yep, you use the mirror to look around and you don't see anything other than thick white fog. There's nothing else around you at this point. Other than where you are to get the glass, the heavy steel boots of the paladin.
Okay.
See them just through the smoke and steam.
Sure. Then I'm going to use the rest of my movement. I'll just move behind the paladin.
Yep.
And I'm going to hold an action. I'm going to hold a crossbow. I'm going to hold a crossbow bolt.
Okay.
And so if smoke senses the Medusa, then it's going to attempt to just fire in the direction that it sees it coming from.
Yep, sure. Kit,
Death save?
death save.
Oh, something. Natural 20!
Full house.
Yes!
It's on your golden snitch.
This is my golden dice. This is my character dice.
You feel that with your training, your body's become somewhat resistant to this poison. What should have killed you, somehow you shrug off that last little bit and you manage to open your eyes.
So you basically just hear a... Oh god!
And the microphone definitely does.
Hopefully, at least we know where the Medusa is. Follow that cry.
Definitely knows we're here now.
Alright, so you are up with 1 HP for the next round, which brings us to
Yep, next
Clary.
round. Excellent.
Okay, I'm sort of on the stairs. Alright.
Screw with everyone's plans.
Alright, I'm going to go down with my shield up, so it's kind of at sort of head height, and head on down the stairs slowly. What do I see? Just white fog everywhere?
Wow. Yeah.
Alright, in which case I think I want to do a raz and see if I can hide.
Yep.
Let's see how I go. Oh wait, are we doing the stealth checks with
That's right, so this
Alright.
combat will do this.
Let's see, with stealth, where is my stealth hiding? That is a 16.
Yep. Unless something's within 10 feet, it probably isn't going to see you anyway. You sort of step to the side out of the way a bit of the main thoroughfare.
Yeah.
I think you're probably fairly safe unless someone happens to go that way.
Alright, cool. That's my turn for now.
You hear a rumbling voice say, "Tear guides us all." And Tonk, Smoke, Kip, and Ruse are blessed.
Ooh, cheers.
Nice.
Thanks, buddy. Does he feel any warmer under my arms?
You do notice that his armor glows slightly. And roll a perception check for me.
He is a magician.
Yeah, natural one. You are right on his back, aren't you?
11.
With advantage because you're actually holding onto him. You're basically on top of him.
15.
You notice as he says this, the neck just behind his long hair, you can see his skin slightly scales over and then disappears as it glows gold.
Copper.
No, it's just the multi-class I had to do to make this guy work.
He found face somehow.
Excellent.
Which brings us to Tonk.
Already?
Yes.
Whoa, everyone rolled that. So I can't see her at all. I know which direction she was in, right?
Actually, you weren't looking at her, were you?
I mean,
That's a dangerous question.
yeah.
She was blindfolded at the time, so.
Yeah, she was blindfolded.
Yeah,
I
what
ran up
happened when
and
we got
tried
turned
to
back from
keep that
stone? Like, was she in front of me,
She's
or?
still blind. She was blindfolded at the time because she took it off for you to run over and grab her eyes.
Yeah, from memory, I thought it was still on when I ran over to grab it to stop her from doing that. But
Also, as a note, you've all had one of those potions except for me and Smart.
Yeah,
I don't know
but
what
we
to
don't
do yet.
know.
I don't think you told us
Doesn't mean I
the
wanna
effects
look
of
in her
the
face.
nose. So for all we know, we're
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I didn't know the effects to be
I
honest.
would have tried to look away from her face, but like it depends on whether I was. Make sure it's in my vision when I came to.
Well, would you have been? Well, you came to. There was a bit of time that passed before you decided to attack her.
Okay.
You saw Kip next to you run. She wasn't attacking. She was wearing the blindfold plus you.
Okay.
So what would Tonk have done?
Hang on, didn't you say that you had fired an Eldritch Blast and it missed because you then were averting your eyes?
Yeah. But if I know where she is, you know, from 30 to 50 feet.
You would have at least glanced in her direction to throw the Eldritch Blast. So what you would have noticed as you did that, and you turned away, you just saw an illusion sort of wrap around her, and she disappeared from sight as the smoke and steam started building up right underneath her.
Yeah, I don't want to waste a level 2 unless I can
Guaranteed.
hit a... I'm gonna cast Warding Wind.
Yep.
Blow all of
That'd be bad for you, sir.
I've got my shield up, so.
We'll see how it goes.
I'm looking directly into my shield.
So strong wind, 20 miles per hour, blows around me in a 10-foot radius and moves with me, centers on me, deafens me and everything else in the center. It extinguishes unprotected flames in its area that are torch size or smaller. The area is difficult terrain for creatures other than you. The attack rolls of ranged weapons have disadvantage if they pass in or out of the wind, and it hedges out vapor, gas, and fog that can be dispersed by strong wind.
Yeah, so you cast that. The paladin stumbles a bit surprised as you Bandre Kazooie the shit out of it. 10 feet around you, the mist just swells and then pushes back, creating an invisible barrier around you. You see some shattered glass in front of you, and the water level's fairly low now that it's all steamed up.
So can I see her? She's not 10 feet away from me. Alright, so what I'm going to do now... Wait, how big is this room? Do I know?
Yeah, you've been here before. It was about 80 to 100 feet across and circular. You would be about 30 feet in.
Okay, so I want to use my full movement to lap and land back on Mr. Shiny. So basically, you sort of go 20 feet, 5 feet, 20 feet.
Roll a d20 for me.
Just to see if I can disperse enough fog to let everyone else get an eye on it.
Without her getting an eye on us.
Yeah, so you take off and circle, and you find that as you're pushing it around, it fills in behind you, keeping you clear, but everything around you is still heavily obscured.
But do I see her in my lap? Alright, I'm gonna land back on Mr. Shiny and crouch behind him. Behind his back. I'll keep the wind up around us so nothing can get thrown at us as easily.
Yeah.
And that's me.
I got a question for the room when I went into it and it was normal and mirrory.
Yes.
Was there any other doors other than the walkway we came down into?
Yes, you did see her go into a doorway far across the room, where she came back with the chest.
Okay. Now, was I with her for that one? And that was like the trophy room that I looked around in?
You weren't looking, but you heard her walk off that way, and you did see a door when you first entered the room.
And that was the trophy room of all the statues?
No, this is another room beyond it.
So the trophy room's upstairs?
Yes, upstairs, and if you were going up now, to your left.
Right, so I am taking the chest of potions, and I'm heading towards that, and dash action if I have to go up the stairs past these two, up towards the trophy room she has of the other statues.
Yep, dash action. So you're about, you're probably at the top of the stairs by the end of this round.
Okay, and on the way past, I will call out Bardic Inspiration because I don't have to see the target.
Yep.
And I will Bardically inspire Tonk with a D6.
I forgot to use my bless on that D20.
Yeah.
Would have been 12.
So yeah, that's where I've gone and that's what I've done. So you've
Thanks.
I think it's a D6, isn't it? Should be.
Yeah, that's the level.
Yeah, I have a pinky.
I
Yeah.
remember that by doing this. Good. That's my addition hat.
So that's where I've head. That's my turn. Please.
Alright, so
I feel inspired. Not by my turn, but by yours.
you don't hear or see the Medusa do anything, but everyone that's still in the room, make a dex save for me.
I'm prone, so that'd be disadvantage, wouldn't it? I believe prone provides disadvantage.
No.
Okay, no worries. Still bad. 7.
23.
No, 9. Oh no, it's a saving throw. We get the D4.
Yeah, 16 plus plus 3.
12.
Anyone that got 14 or under takes 5 points of
And I'm down.
damage. Anyone that passes takes 2.
Okay, and I got 6.
down.
The steam billows and you just get blasted with this scorching hot air.
That's rough.
That's painful.
Which brings us back to Raz.
And you're down now.
Yep.
We can't see you, so I can't help.
Sitting up to go, oh god, that hurt. Oh god.
Straight back down.
This
Do we hear
corner
this?
sucks.
Do I hear this?
It was quite loud. Trying to be loud, yes.
Okay.
Let's keep moving, guys.
Alright,
No, we can't say fast.
God, I can't even see her, and that's just like going to be really painful really quick, so I'm just going to get out of dodge while I can, I think.
Yep.
If there's no ability to see her and I'm just going to take damage for trying, I'm just going to get out of the room.
I need to do a wild magic search if you wanted one.
Go on, treat yourself.
Yeah.
So you're just trying to get out of the room?
Yeah.
Yep. Fairly easy to do. You just came not long ago.
Yeah.
Straight past.
Yeah.
Pass me on the way out.
Oh boy.
Tag.
A random creature within 60 feet of you becomes poison for 2 hours.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Roll a d6 for
7, 8?
And so the Medusa isn't within 60 feet of us.
Oh.
Well, that's good,
I was just glad it wasn't me.
all of a sudden you start feeling very sick and very weak. It's almost like you just slept longer.
Ooh.
Good lord.
Get one of these.
Is this going to become a thing now?
It already
I
is.
thought it was just the steam that was doing burn damage.
Hey Matt, join the club.
So Raz takes off out of the room. No one sees that other than Clary seeing him. Go back about 5 feet before disappearing again. Which brings us back to smoke. Is there a condition for poison?
Yes.
Yes.
They attack with disadvantage.
Yeah, disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks. It's pretty much
I
it.
think
Yeah.
that's it, yeah.
I'll look it up.
So basically, kind of like a level of exhaustion anyway.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, at least you know this one.
It's only for 2 hours, so this combat goes for like 800 rounds. You'll be fine by then.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay, Smoker's going to get out of there.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you're dashing back towards the door?
Yeah.
Yep. Roll a d20 for me.
Oh yes.
I believe you're blessed.
Nat 20.
You make a beeline straight for the door and go straight through the open gap, tracking exactly where you need to go.
You need
Didn't
a
like
nat 20 to
20
just do as intended. Roll properly.
Basically, just with over 5, you're going to get lost and not end up at the entrance. So you managed to get out of there. Kit.
Death save?
That's it. Here we go again.
Oh, it was nearly a nat 20. It says a success though.
Yep, so you
One
pass.
success. One success.
Sorry.
Okay. How far in do I hear Kit, into the room?
Right in the centre of the room.
I'm like jerking and twitching, so I'm splashing.
About 50
Okay.
feet from the entrance.
Do that in your own time.
Oh, about 50 feet. And yeah, I wouldn't be able to see him, so.
Nah.
Oh.
And you don't know what the minister is, like.
Yeah. To be honest, I think what I might do is just see if I can still stealth, but slightly move, just inside the stairwell. So if I do need to make a quick exit, I can.
Yep.
Or also hide and still be able to see into the room if the smoke clears. So,
just move back towards the entrance you just came in.
yeah.
Roll a stealth check.
Yeah, sure. That is a dirty 20.
Yep.
Actually, wait, no, I have a 3, so 21.
You feel pretty sneaky as you disappear into the mist again.
Yeah, so just kind of hiding just right by the edge of the stairwell.
Yep. You feel yourself moving forward as the paladin starts stomping over crashing under his feet.
Free movement.
You reach forward, and as a mist clears with your gust going around, you see Kip on the ground.
Twitching and splashing.
And you see him just grab him by the shirt, lift him up, and place his hand on his head. 20 points of HP.
that's nice.
Places you back down on your feet.
Live, damn you!
Can we have the paladin detect good and evil and find out where she
I don't control him, he just sits doing what he wants.
Which brings us to
Thanks, my friend.
Best mount ever though. I think I'm gonna keep him.
Find familiar.
Alright, so what are you doing?
That's me again.
Yeah.
Did I see that door?
Look, when you get petrified, it does take a few seconds to take it. Everyone would have probably seen it as a completely mirrored room with a wooden door on the other end.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's safe to say everyone would have probably noticed that.
He's gearing
I want to
up.
blast the door open. I don't want to move. Honestly, I'm Mr. Shiny, but I want to blast at where I think the door is.
Yep. Roll a.
Like an Eldritch Blast.
Yep. Roll to attack with disadvantage.
But still with blood.
Yeah.
And your inspiration, so
No,
if you need
I'm
to.
using my bardic. I'm gonna close it. I'm close this fucking door.
Yeah.
There's a nat 20 in there. But it's still
Quite good.
It's pretty good.
24.
24 does beat the door's AC. Roll your damage.
G10, I've got a few spare.
Do I roll less on damage? You don't, do you?
Of course.
Oh, 1.
Well,
Hopefully it's a pretty door.
You do hear a crack of wood, which you wouldn't hear if you hit the mirrors, so you know you hit it, but it doesn't sound like it blew it off the hinges or destroyed it.
Go that way.
you hit it like dead center.
Ruth.
I think he was talking shiny.
Yeah, it's still in the shine.
Me. Yes.
I'd have let you
I'm going to head into the room with the trophies.
Yep. So that would probably dash action would get you near the entrance of the room.
Okay. What do we want? Do we want a beefy boy? Do we want a bowman? What do we want?
Are we going shopping?
That's exactly what I'm fucking doing.
I prefer tofu.
While scrolling through these statue people.
I would.
Character select screen.
Yeah. I would like a big beefy boy.
Yeah.
Look for someone that
Yeah.
can take magic.
I have to take magic.
I don't know what they're going to do.
Yeah, but
body
I
type.
think like a hard hitter would be someone with like a really big sword.
Yeah, that help if we can't see it. We're gonna find her.
What's the biggest humanoid I can find? Not a monster, but the biggest humanoid
Humanoid?
in the room that I would have noticed from before.
What history do you have with races? I mean, you're a scholar. So
Yeah, I mean, like, I guess I'm looking for Goliaths, for, Minotaurs, big things with strength.
nothing like that, but you do notice there is an orc, what looks like a war chief, with a long ponytail, missing an eye,
Yep.
holding 2 axes,
Yep.
frozen in place.
This is gonna go super well.
Oh yes.
No way this goes wrong.
Yeah, so I can't get close, I can only get to the door.
Correct.
This round, yes.
Okay,
Well, to the end.
Chuck it out.
I've opened to a cave.
well, it's the last one that I've got, but I'm going to call out and do Bardic Inspiration to Clary, because I figure she's closest.
Thank you.
So have, yeah,
Let's use this stuff. Thank
Pour
you.
the potion in your mouth and spit it over to him.
give him a big old kiss. No, but yeah, I will scan the doorway then with the crate of potions.
We're gonna have a Sleeping Beauty moment.
Firing them, and that's that.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
All right. Once again, nothing seems to happen, but everyone in the room make a dex save.
With your default.
Am I technically still in the room enough to need to make a dex save?
Yes.
Oh, I know.
Oh, again?
Brilliant, thank you.
That's fine.
Did I get out of the room?
You're like agility.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
That's why I'm
So I use that.
Yeah,
So
we
anyone,
it.
anyone in the room that failed takes 6 points of damage. Whoever passed takes 3.
Lots of pass.
Haha, I have health.
It's time.
22, so 3 points of damage.
I'm down to 19.
It doesn't take long to whittle me down.
No, done.
So,
Sorcerers.
please stop.
You're welcome to get out.
Would you kind
I mean, can't you just be happy the Medusa's not attacking you yet? Remember what happened last time?
Hey, does my warding wing stop the steam from getting me at all?
Oh.
It's a layer action, so basically it's the water's exploding.
The water is exploding.
He's on top of Shiny Shoulders though.
Now I'm just like,
And he got picked up by the head. Yes.
Had a real face like a moment there. Felt like
Is anyone after me, or is that was top of the round, was it?
Yeah, so it's back to Raz.
Oh, fun. Did I see where you went? I saw that you left, so
I went the fuck upstairs.
yeah, you did.
Oh, crate! I would have made a ton of noise.
Yeah, you did. I'm gonna follow that boy.
And then he yelled the bardic inspiration.
Yeah, I've been yelling up there. You would have heard me. If
Yeah.
you want to be near Ruse, you can find her.
That is where I would like to be. Yes. I'm assuming cunning action doesn't give me an extra dash. It just allows me to use dash as bonus action.
That's extra.
Yeah, so you can get 3
sick.
dashes in a round, yeah.
If you need it,
3?
Yeah, action, movement, bonus action.
you can use them all.
I can go 90 feet.
Yes.
Is what I'm hearing. Yes, perfect. I will do that and get to where Ruse is and ask what the fuck he's up to. Basically.
Smoke.
Smoke is going to go back down the stairs just a little bit, carefully, obviously averting a gaze, and it's going to cast resistance on cleric.
What is that?
It's a D4 to saving throw.
Oh, nice, thank you.
Which is pretty good.
How long does that last for? Or is it only one time thing?
It's like a cantrip, so I believe it's like a round.
Probably
1 minute.
Oh, man.
1 minute left. Cool.
You use that, didn't you?
Yeah, I use that.
And then it's just going to use any removing, oh god, what? Words.
Movement.
Remaining movement to step back out a little bit.
Yep.
Away from the room.
All right, Kip.
I mean, I'm alive. I'm thankful. I'm going to
No one-
GTFO.
No one can hear you. We're all deafened in this little circle of wind.
So, okay.
Don't bother speaking.
So Kip's woken up. There's this buffeting wind. He's got a face on his hand, like a hand on his face.
Face on his hand.
And it's
He
difficult,
did that and then he placed you back down. Right?
Okay.
and it's difficult terrain for you to move anywhere.
What's the plan?
I said don't bother.
There's steam all around. He's just gonna head back toward. Wait, you were going towards a wooden door on the other side, weren't you?
Yep.
Time to shoot at a door.
But you probably wouldn't know what anyone's doing at this point since it just came back to life.
Yeah.
For the second time today.
And you can't
True.
do anything.
Yeah, he wouldn't have
For the
noticed.
third time.
Wouldn't have noticed that. So yeah, he's just gonna go
By
back
the way,
to
you've
the
got an
stairs.
adrenaline surge at the moment, but exhaustion is going to come into this.
Oh yeah, no. He's going back to the. He's going back to the stairs.
Yeah. Roll a d4.
Am I blessed? Does it count?
Oh, damn it. God damn it.
I mean, would you count that?
Well,
It's hard to cock a D4. Would you count that?
I'll roll.
It isn't
Roll again?
You're rolling everything else if it does that,
4.
so yeah.
Yep. Cool. Yeah, no, that's why I was asking. 4.
Yep, cool. So yeah, you take off into the mist.
Yep, I will. I'll action dash, so that gets me 80 feet.
After about 40, you end up in front of a mirrored wall,
I will
now covered in steam.
follow it to the right.
Yep. You follow up 40 feet to the right, and you're still on a mirrored wall.
Bonus action step of the wind, so dash again. Another 40 feet.
You place your hand on it, run past, and you feel it turn to wood, and you feel a smouldering.
I guess that's my turn.
Yes, it is.
I think step slightly away from the door.
It doesn't matter how.
Break it.
You might step away from the door.
Get out of the station.
Fair.
Claire?
We would do smart things.
I feel like I might, if it's possible, hold my turn. Because I feel like there's not much I can do at this point. Because I'm just waiting to see what's happening and then eventually invoke diplomacy and say, and do all that fun stuff. But until I see the Medusa, I can't really do anything.
You're just waiting sort of in the doorway still?
Yeah, I'm just hiding in the doorway.
Well-
Do I need to roll a stealth check or am I good?
Not since you haven't moved.
Cool.
You're
I'm just gonna stay there and hold my turn just in case something happens for this round.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing to block the hallway.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're just waiting for Ruse's gambit to pay off at this point.
Yeah.
Or for Tonk's gambit,
head towards you and says, I'll wait to see what you want to do. Shall we kill it? That's its turn. Now it's your turn.
We're all deafened in this circle.
She answered very loudly about that part of your head.
We use message to speak up.
Okay, that's a very good
Just grabs you by the bill.
You hear this perfectly clearly in your head.
Yeah, I've got a message too, buddy. Let's keep his mind link open.
You're using your action to tell him that.
Replying to his action from him telling me that.
He knows how
I'm gonna wake up
to
at 2 in the morning to get one past Tonk. I'm not sure a Medusa, then you just fucking got me by the feathers.
Unless you just don't sleep.
Right by the tail feathers.
Well, I kind of want to tell him to walk that way, but I don't want to use my action, so I'm gonna blast the door again.
Yep, I mean, you can do both. You can use his move and...
Oh yeah, let's do
my
that.
god.
He starts,
at the door looking at it at this point.
he starts marching through the mist and it's clearing as you go. You see the chaise where it was and you move past it. And further into the mist, roll your attack.
How far from the door are we now?
You'd probably be... It's hard to tell in the mist, but probably between 20 and 30 feet.
This is great.
Duck.
I don't know what's coming.
Tonka.
If you say duck, he just thinks you're talking about your own race.
That's GFI, don't worry, that's 22.
That'll hit anyone's AC over there. Probably
Anyone.
any
I know what
feet.
it is, I just couldn't find it. 5.
5. Roll a d20.
Oh, come on, man. I got 22 to hit. That surely hits the door.
Oh, it hits something for sure.
Oh.
3.
You take 5 points.
Could you just flip a coin at that point?
Yeah, but d20 top bottom. So that's it. And you are struck with the force of this impact and knocked straight into the door, which swings open. So it wasn't locked.
Well, it worked.
I just figured it wasn't locked, but I couldn't get over there.
Ruth.
I wanted to open it from over here, and I achieved that.
I'll head over to the Orc Chieftain, and I'd like to pour one of the potions into his throat.
Yep, you pour the potion in. After a few moments, you see the grey skin fade and dull eyes appear, and after a moment, they flare with anger as he roars,
Yep.
pulling his axes back. And we're back at the top of the initiative.
Well, for my free action, I'd like to be able to talk to him. 6-second period.
About a
You
sentence.
can say something to him. He's not back to full consciousness yet as he's recovering. You can say something at him.
Okay. I will just say the Medusa is downstairs. Assist me in her destruction.
What language are you using?
Undercommon.
Undercommon? Yep, okay.
Sounds weird.
Alright. You see a Medusa.
I immediately close my eyes.
I count this as an unmitigated success.
It's just a painting.
You instinctively look up and look right in her eyes. And
Sounds about right.
You don't feel that petrification set in.
Yes! The potion doesn't
We don't know that.
Oh boy, is it good to know.
Well.
Can I see this?
So you really insist on killing me then?
I mean, I wasn't trying to kill you. I was just trying to blind you.
6 seconds is up. Still in the room, make a dex save.
Am I technically out of the room?
You'd be in the doorway, so you're in the room still.
Okay.
You're not quite.
Could I argue with
But
that?
did I see that? Did I see the Medusa with her?
Medusa's looking around the corner.
I'm good.
Fuck's sake. I mean, I did succeed. That's 16 total. Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna use my test chaos.
17.
Better, so that's 17.
So did anyone get under 14?
No.
So everyone in there takes 3 damage.
Slowly whittling me down. Okay, I think next time I'm moving slowly.
Single digits.
Yeah. I was to say, Kip is moving quickly towards his
you say-
Sunday. I'm
Would
pretty
you
sure.
say? Yeah, I know, right?
Hey, you're up.
So this orc chieftain man person thing. Am I in what one would describe as his likely path of destruction?
Yes. You're in between him and the exit.
I'm going to move out of that.
Yep.
I might just hide in this room in the hope that nothing else that Ruse wakes up is murderous.
Yep.
You mean nothing
Well,
else?
we kind of hope it's murder.
This Orc Chieftain's my bro. He's fine.
Well, that's a 7. It was a 1 to start with.
You do know that you still have Blessing of the Tree.
If you're just moving out of the way, like that's movement, you can just move out of the way.
I was just going to hide in the room and make sure that I'm not like,
Okay.
yeah.
But you still have
I
advantage.
do still have advantage, which takes me up to a 21. Much higher.
I mean, you look behind you, see the door to the kitchen, think it's probably a good idea to just step back and go around the corner in there.
I was getting a snack. Be fine.
Grab me something.
So yeah, you step into the room and just sort of close the door behind you, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that brings us to Smoke. You dash out and you've seen him disappear into the room. You hear this roar coming from deeper into the cave.
Smoke roars back.
Roars or mules?
Are we really going to intimidate the guys who help us?
No.
We don't know what it
In
is.
friendship. Roars in friendship.
Hey, man.
Friends forever!
Strength, strength.
Okay, Smoke is, wondering where his other friends have gone. He's intimidated by the noise, so Shield Up is going to move back in towards the room to eventually try and assist his friends. So he's going back into the mirrored room and uses his movement to do that, and is going to use his crossbow and take a pot shot at some of the glass.
Which part?
On the left.
Sure.
A part.
Some of the panes that sees on the left. Obviously looking down.
Yep, you roll a d20 for me. It's going to be impossible to miss if you're shooting in that direction, but
Let's see. What hit?
We'll test that theory. 5.
you hear that hit a mirror and you hear a chipping sound and you hear a skimming sound.
Does the arrow hit me in the face?
It's a round room. You're putting it at an angle.
Yep, and it skips straight off. You've chipped a mirror.
Smoke says,
That tracks.
Yeah, that
Alright, by the time that's happened, we'd be back up to Kip.
You wouldn't have to know where the exit is, would you?
Back the other way where I keep telling you to go.
So like the opposite direction? Mm-hmm. Nice. Bye. And I'm gonna just complete opposite direction. Owie. Dash 80 feet.
You dash about 15 feet and end up in this clearing with a giant paladin standing in front of you and a duck riding its back.
I changed my mind. I sat there. Oh hi. That way, 15 feet. Also, I did not get petrified.
yeah, you're
In a deafening area.
Right.
6 seconds later, Larry.
Does Smoke say this?
No, we can't see anything.
I just sign language.
Oh, I think I want to start going into the room. I'm just hearing all this stuff going on. I'm like, I need to figure out what it is. So I'm going to start working my way around the edge.
Yep.
I only move. If I use my dash action, it'll be, I think, 60 feet. So,
So you're going around the edge, 60 feet?
yeah.
Oh, you're going to have to do math, okay. Yep. Left or right?
I heard the arrow to the left, so I'm going to go right.
Yep. You start skirting around,
Yeah.
and we're just running along.
3.14.
Still trying to. Yeah.
Hi.
So 60 feet. Yeah.
Yep, no worries. Tonk, it seems like the paladin's waiting for you to move before he takes his turn now, as it is dropped in the initiative order.
Okay, oh, no. Sorry. I was going to quicken my spell to message him, but I don't have enough sorcery points for that.
With message open, I would allow you just to do a free action since you're both casting it.
Oh, well. So we can see the doors open?
You can't
Well,
see.
Kip just told you, but you figure if you go about 5 or 10 feet, you'd start seeing where it is.
Okay, so can I tell him to just move to the door? And ride him into the
Yeah,
door?
you could ready your action if you want to do that.
Oh, I'll ready magic missile for when I see her.
Yep.
Tell Paladin to walk into the door.
Yeah, he just storms straight through. About 15 feet later, he slams through the door as it's swung back again. You see a fine silken bed with a Medusa lying back on it.
Maybe like what you
Does it have a Medusa stare about it?
That's not really needed.
I wish I readied a different missile.
Are you going to use your surface to dick missile?
You slapped me in the Jeff Goldblum pose now.
Yeah, so you've got a clear view of the Medusa lying somewhat bored.
I stated the trigger, so I guess I gotta do it. Duck feels 5. Magic missile.
Roll your damage.
Alright, here we go.
Ooh, 3, 3, 1. So 4, 4, 2, 8, 10.
10.
Nice.
Yep, so you just cast magic missile, it impacts on her. You can see her flinch in pain a bit and then just rolls her eyes.
I wouldn't say that because I'm looking at her eyes.
Feel the snake eyes roll.
How big's the radius?
Lower. Looking lower.
Cody, how far back does she roll?
Yeah. Can she still see it?
They're back enough that we can approach her now? Well played. Well played.
Take a while to get there.
And how big's the radius of your spell?
10 foot.
Oh, 10 feet.
10 feet? Okay, so I'm out of it now. Oh, wait.
Yes, you're a long way out of it.
The paladin readies his great sword, and you see it just pop with glowing light, and it sort of seems to build in levels as he clutches it, and you feel heat radiating from it. He starts stepping forward. Roos.
So I'm going to try and persuade this orc chieftain to work with us.
Oh, I forgot my wild magic again. Not the magic missile.
Hurry it up.
Oh boy, let's get it rocking.
Fireball.
85.
What is it?
85. You can bring it like it's your turn.
85. You cast mirror image.
Oh!
On self.
It just says you cast mirror image.
And And your image is a self-spell, so yeah.
yeah.
I can tell you exactly
running around
what you find.
four toms, around this big paladin.
Yep.
Yeah.
Looks like a cloak with black feathers.
Yep.
There you go.
yeah.
Lovely.
That's it.
I actually have it, so
Yep.
Awesome.
I'm not going to use it this time, but I have it.
So okay, you're trying to. Yep. In this round, he's sort of come back, and you see him just a bit of spit as he draws his axes.
So as quickly as I can, I'm just trying to explain. Medusa downstairs. You can look at her in undercommon.
Roll persuasion with disadvantage.
This.
This guy's just woken up from an unhappy sleep with 2 axes in his hands and a strange.
Yeah, and I've given him an opportunity to kill the thing. That's very nice though. 18.
Make a deck save.
Yep.
17 plus 5, 22.
He steps towards you as if to attack, but just sort of brushes past you, sort of slip out of the way, and he starts charging off down the corridor.
Does he, when he gets towards the door, I'm just going to tell him to go left. Like, yeah, left. Like,
Left, right,
towards,
down.
The door left would go back out, right would go down to the middle.
That's the one I meant.
Yeah.
I'll tell him to go that way so he knows where to go. Just with hand signals, in case he doesn't know. Undercommon.
He's not looking at you anymore, but he seems to be going right in that direction.
Good. All right. And from there, can I look around the room and see if I can find someone with a staff or a book or an orb?
Yeah, there is a woman standing there. Not holding anything, looks terrified with her hands up in front of her face, but you do notice that there is a spellbook tied to her hip.
Right. Yep. I will move towards her.
Yep. And that brings us to the Medusa.
Yeah. Which one? Can't take all 4 of us.
She waves her hand and your Arthur has just disappeared.
Oh,
So that's burn action.
And she says, well, if you insist, at least make it quick.
Ooh. Oh.
Did she even death wish?
That make us feel bad
Who's
for
in the
it.
later action?
I'm still in the room.
And
I am as well.
So,
I am now as well.
deck saves.
With you,
Whoa.
that bless, have you got it?
No, I failed that one. If it's the same DC.
So if you failed 14, you take 7, otherwise you take 3 points of damage.
Okay.
That's nice.
Yeah, I'm down
So
to...
how much damage?
3 or 7 if you say.
Don't worry, you had a word after down, it's fine.
I don't feel bad for her because we're liking heroes.
Yeah, I'm down to... Oh, that's right.
No.
What?
Oh, yeah, that perfectly now.
Yeah.
Oh.
Spell magic.
Expelled all of the
Burn
magic.
action.
What a food head.
Cool. So.
One thing you notice is the magic in the sword didn't dissipate.
Spell-like effects.
Gotta love abilities that aren't spells.
Hell yeah.
So that was
Love me a good paladin.
Raz.
I assume I just hear a big stomping go past my door.
Yeah, and you see the hinge shake a little bit.
I picked well.
Yeah.
Oh god, Kip doesn't know this is coming.
He is entirely unaware. Yeah.
So hard.
I am going to poke my head out the door. I assume he's visible, being a big beefy
You
boy.
see the back of him running forward, an axe in each hand, scars cutting across his naked back. It's just wearing a loincloth, basically.
No shit, we found blood hunter.
I'm just gonna follow him. I'm just gonna follow his lead because you know what? If anybody's gonna get entangled with a Medusa, it's gonna be that dude and not me.
Oh my god, jump in his bag. I can absolutely recommend.
Also, you can be around to let other people know not to attack the guy, because
That's-
apparently that looks like a scary dude to attack.
That's kind of that's what
Question, will we get copyright if we start playing Banjo-Kazooie theme music?
Honestly, it's worth it if we.
I mean, Red a pretty cool
We'll call
dude.
it. Look, we'll
You
call
say how it
it.
goes with anything.
We'll call it Kazooie Banjo music. That way, it's
Yeah,
fine.
exactly.
It's Kanto Bazooie, it's fine.
In any case, I'm gonna be following this dude around, and
So you follow him for your full movement?
It's fine, actually, like ukulele
Yeah,
music.
so you end up, you see him disappear and get missed at the bottom of the stairs, you're about halfway down behind him.
yep. I'll dash to make sure I'm within like 5 feet of him.
You sure?
He doesn't know you're there.
That might be a better idea.
I don't look like a Medusa. I've got that going for me.
So you chase after him?
Yeah.
What's Smoke doing?
Smoke would like to move into the room
Yep.
where all the action is happening. How big is the paladin?
You can't. Oh, wait.
Using my movement,
From where were you?
I was in the room with the
Yeah,
mirrors.
numbers.
My full movement.
How far into the room were you?
30
You
in.
said you stepped in and shot the mirrors.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I was about 10 feet.
So what's your full movement?
My full movement.
With the
Line agility, 30 feet or dash 60. So I would like to get into the room.
Do you still have any line?
Yeah.
You're
No, I used that up.
You're about 80 to 90 feet away since you've just stepped into the other side of the room.
Okay, cool. Well then I'll dash towards the room, keeping to the same side I was on before to hopefully avoid whatever this noise is that's coming from
Okay, so
behind.
if you skirt the room, it's going to be further than 80 because you're not in a direct line. But you can do that. So you hug the left wall and move around? Yep. Okay. Kit.
I'm gonna go back into the room with the wooden door. Just go to the corner and go, nope, that's way too hard for my taste. Wait.
Hello again.
I take the dodge action.
The smartest party.
Well, I mean, considering that I probably heard her say make it quick, that's what provoked me to go back into the room. I take the dodge action and I'm just waiting to see what happens.
Yep. Alright.
Alright, I'm still going to.
You dashed last time?
Yeah, I did, so I'm 60 feet in. I'm gonna keep on going.
By the end of your turn with the dash movement, you could make it into the door.
Okay, I'm gonna make it into the door. Yeah, I'm gonna go. Shoot up. Look around. Wait, you're looking?
Oh, hi. Surprise.
I'm looking petrified. Brilliant. And do I still get a bonus action, or just everything's used up at dash?
That's action, bonus action. You still have.
Action
You
movement.
have free action or bonus action.
I'm gonna cast spiritual weapon.
Nice.
But how far away is the Medusa?
About 15 feet away.
Really? 'Cause
Land you on a big
well, that's fine.
box,
Spiritual
it's
weapon is a 60-foot range, so out comes the bone scimitar, and that's going straight towards it.
Hot.
So let me roll for that.
Oh, yeah.
Don't think that hits though.
I mean,
Oh wait, hang on. No, that was only for saving throws.
No, it's for
Attack
Yeah.
rolls and saving throws
Okay.
is
Wait,
less.
bless or
Who got blessed?
No, this was.
resistance?
I thought you used
That's
that
saving
one
throws.
before when you were trying to
Yeah.
resist the damage from the.
Yeah. So no, it probably doesn't hit. It's a 9.
That is not it.
Yeah.
Well,
But I've got spiritual weapons now up and playing.
that's good.
it's a win.
Yeah.
Alright, so that was Clary's turn. Tonk, what are you doing?
Blast. Blast. Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast. No, I won't bother with that.
Just do one.
I won't bother with it. 15.
Oh, yeah.
That just hits.
Ooh.
Oh.
That's good.
9.
Yeah, it's
Points of
fun.
damage.
Fun of getting high on that.
This one was red because I'm angry.
Nice.
Cute.
Yeah, you see her flinch in pain again, but doesn't seem to move to strike back.
With a tinge of pink because I'm aroused by her 90.
Excellent.
I get it.
Aye.
The paladin walks forward,
Alright, here we go.
Get her, Shiny, get
and I'm going to need.
And it's going to get onto the bed.
Some extra d12s or what? Like,
He's got a dice roller up.
Yeah, I'll hold all of my movement. If he starts making love to her, I won't get off.
Are you kidding me? Front row
Move
seats.
away, not get off.
Well,
Get off of his back. I don't want to get off him.
anyway,
Paladin moves forward.
Yes.
That's where we were.
With his sword, he swings it in his hands and drives it straight down into her chest. It pierces straight through and explodes with radiant light. For those watching at home, does 62 points of damage.
Oh!
so we picked a good friend.
Yeah.
She screams in pain, and you see her sort of regain composure and a slight smile crosses her face as she lies there. Not dead yet. Ruth.
So I'm gonna give another one of those potions to the scared lady wizard.
Yep. Once again, you put the potion in, you see her sort of turn from stone to peach coloured as she moves back to life.
And racially, what does she look like?
She looks like a Luskan.
I don't see people that way. But
And wearing white robes. You'd almost think cleric robes, but she's definitely got a wizard's book on her head.
Alright, in common then, I'll explain the same thing. There's a Medusa downstairs, we need your help to destroy it.
Yep. Alright. No one's in the lair anymore? Oh,
I'm in the room.
No.
The Orc Chieftain might be.
actually, no, at this point, concentration would have dropped.
Alright, yeah, makes sense.
This steam starts dissipating.
Doesn't all dissipate.
No. Yes. It all starts dissipating slowly and dispersing. You see across a doorway.
Don't look.
Juicy beefy boy.
You haven't taken the potion.
He doesn't know it. He doesn't know he needs it.
Right.
That's fair.
Has the Orc Chieftain gone ahead of me?
Yeah, he's charging very fast. He's most of the way across the room now. The chaise lounge that was in the middle, he just stopped and kicked to the side, shattered it, and kept charging.
If you jumped on his back, he'd be there, but
What? Death.
I'll say I'll probably also be bisected at some point, yes.
Catch up to me.
Look, I'm just gonna keep my like 10-foot berth behind him.
Yep.
Just like, just to see what happens in the wake of his trail.
You see this giant war chief as the fog disappears, just charging across the room, the whole ground shaking. You see a couple of the mirrors crack a bit around the edges. And you see your friend just trotting along behind him, and you both sort of look at each other and exchange a glance that looks very confused for a moment.
That's Raz though.
Yeah, it is.
And then it's your turn.
That is my turn.
Just confusion.
Do you want to do anything in your turn?
Oh, I thought that was my turn.
That's your turn.
Roll for intelligence. Oh, no.
Don't bother.
Yeah, I'll follow
Yep.
into the room.
You are now in the room. You see the Medusa on a silken bed with a huge sword piercing through a midsection, glowing light is spilling out of it with her blood.
Yes,
That's, yeah, that would probably be a full action get to the room ready.
yeah. Keeping my eyes, obviously, towards the ground.
Kip.
Alright, so this guy's just plunged a sword in, done a massive amount of damage, and she's smiling.
Yep.
Can I roll an insight check on that? Is she bluffing? Like, is she really hurt? Or is she just, like, brushed it aside? Like,
Yeah.
it's no big deal. Like, inside of medicine or something like that?
She knows invoke duplicity.
That's an 8. That's an 8.
It's hard to tell, like, the whole thing's just bizarre. Never experienced anything like it.
Huh. I'll run up and stab her. Actually, no, I'll punch her because I get my bonus to AC when I do that.
Chance of like, pop, 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 pop.
So would I be considered flanking? Aww. But an ally's within 5 feet.
If you hit it, auto crits because she's not
Sneak attack.
fighting back.
Oh wait, no, sorry, I'm not rogue with
If
this
you
one.
didn't listen, you don't get it.
Then okay. I'm gonna just punch her. Which is she considered prone?
Yes.
So a punch.
Sure.
Excellent. That's gonna be a 20, dirty 20 to
That'll
hit.
hit her.
he asked for a 3.5 rule, asked for a rogue ability. He's one that might.
My other character, who's basically like pretty much exactly the same, has a level in rogue, so it has sneak attack. So I keep asking. 6 points of damage, and then I snake the dagger around, and then punch her again as my bonus action, so I get my AC bonus.
You boy.
So that's gonna be a.
Don't forget your
Oh yeah,
incantations.
I got the. Wait, Bless is still up.
Yeah, it's still up because
Yeah.
it lasts for a minute.
So then that's an 18 roll.
Yes.
Yeah, if it's still up, then it's an 18 to hit.
That will hit.
I was a blessing party as well.
So that's gonna be 7 points of damage.
Yep.
That's my turn.
Yep, so you see her bleeding out, you start pummeling her. Like a sensible person would. Clary.
Runs away until she's
Alright.
like pretty much dead, and then like, hey, here I come.
Yes.
Do it.
She looks up and locks eyes with you and says, "So, will you be the one to send me on my final journey then?"
Yes.
Well, you know, a friend once sort of told me, attack first to avoid getting stabbed in the back later. Consider this my response. I'm gonna
Took you 6
send
seconds to say that.
bonus action to go ahead and send the spiritual weapon behind her and stab her in the back.
Yep, roll to hit.
With advantage because she's prone?
Yep.
Oh, thank goodness.
Hold on.
Oh, no, well, either way, it was 8 plus 5, 13. Probably doesn't
Does
hit.
not hit.
That's hilarious.
Man, just Just
Yeah,
dodges. Sigh.
It's the problem with trying to do an action movie line in
That's
D&D.
right.
Yeah.
I will let you have your discussion as a free action, so if you're doing an actual action as well.
In which case, I'll also Sacred Flamer. So
Dex save fail.
13.
Fails.
Oh yeah.
So that'll be 2 damage. Wow.
Yep.
Love it, Emma.
Now put on the sunglasses.
So you see her start to catch on flame as its swords penetrate straight through the section. Explosive light still pumping out of it.
That looks suspiciously like a 3-digit number.
Sure is. Tom.
Fucking insane.
So I'm gonna. He's like leaning over, stabbing her, right?
Yeah, he's basically pushing it in.
So just for flavour, I'm just gonna stand on his back to get my hands free. Because he's leaning down, so I figure I can stand up and blast down. Yeah, I guess I'll... yeah, Eldritch Blast.
She's looking very hurt, but she doesn't seem perturbed by it.
Yeah, I figure. Yeah, I think Eldritch Blast is my best bet. I'll use Tides of Chaos.
She's trying, you've already got it back.
Oh, okay, I won't use Tides of Chaos.
But
Yeah,
I'll also
roll.
take my advantage.
4. Oh, nice.
Oh, bless.
Turns into a 15.
That just hits.
Would you like to take some sneak attack damage with that?
Yes. 8.
So what are you using?
Eldritch Blast.
Which looks like a beam of white light.
It's pink now. I'm pretty aroused by the situation.
And it's force damage.
Yeah.
Yep, so he's got this one, he jams it in. Kit comes up, starts wailing on the side of her head.
Not lethally, I'm punching.
You see a scythe appear, ready to attack, and you stand up and just blast this white light down along the line of the sword, and it just explodes. You see her cut in half. And her last move, she just sort of rolls her head towards you, gives you a wink, and makes a shh symbol. And you just see a golden ring around her finger, and then she just closes her eyes and leans back. Snakes all go limp. And everyone hears a thunderous banging coming from behind them.
Hey, I was trying
I'm gonna go straight to the corner of the room.
Yep.
By the door.
Smoke goes out.
Same. I'm still like on the corner. What was
Can I-
that?
Smoke goes to hide under the bed.
As I come down, I want to do a sleight of hand to try and grab that ring before anyone else sees it.
Not a marriage
yep.
ring.
And I'll use Tides of Chaos for that.
Oh, not feeling very chaotic today.
It's 11.
Yeah. You take it, pull it off. And her
Perception's 13,
hand
so I
falls
saw
away
it.
from her face to the side, limp.
Okay, I'll just put it out for now. And try and find a safe place to assess this noise.
Behind Pardon.
Yeah, jump back on his back.
Yeah, he stands up and readies. As an orc chieftain just bursts into the room.
Everyone's pretty brave now that she's bleeding out. Hello.
Yeah, I'll just be coming in behind and just like, hey, Rue's brought some hell! Huh.
The orc chieftain goes up to the paladin.
I'm going to whisper to Mr. Shiny, he's not with us.
The paladin pulls his sword, goes to swing around, but the orc just shoves him out of the way quite roughly, and with his axe just starts laying into the Medusa's body, cutting its head off and hacking it apart.
Hey, I might want that head.
You're gonna tough talk? You old duck.
Just keeps
Yeah,
going
this guy just
for
killed
about a
himself.
minute, and then he stops, panting heavily, takes the head, and looks at you, throws it on the ground, and stomps on it, and turns and storms out of the room.
So that smoke's got mending.
Meanwhile, Smoke is under the bed, just hugging his knees, just rocking back and forth with all this violence that's happening.
While this was happening,
Well, that was exotic.
the wizard came to, and you're up there with her.
Yep, so I don't know any of that's happened, so I'm just explaining to her there's a Medusa downstairs, we need help to destroy it.
Oh no, we have to run.
I've tried that. Also, she's downstairs. There's a bunch of people
right there.
Yeah, I'm aware of this. But all of my friends are downstairs and they need your help.
They should be running too.
They should be, but my friends are stupid and they need your help.
I mean, not wrong.
Didn't help me.
Well, then stick with me then. Let's go and we'll help together.
Can I stay back at least?
We'll link arms with her and start walking.
Is that a no?
Tom has the ring. Get married later.
My precious.
So you drag her back after some discussion.
Yeah, I'll keep trying to convince her, but
You
yeah.
hear some explosions and some force banging
See, darling, it
downstairs.
sounds like it's going well. Come on, let's just assist.
You walk down and start crossing the room. You see a few of the mirrors are now shattered. More
Look,
than
all the
before.
fog's gone. There was fog before. We're doing great.
The lounge is smashed and kicked to the side. So I don't like the looks of this at all.
You see
That
Kip
was
just
us.
sort
That
of
was
peering
definitely
through the
us.
door.
Then you see this giant orc war chief like push the door open and start striding towards you. No.
So
You have to run.
we're pals. And in undercover, I'll be like, do you actually understand me?
Piss off.
In undercommon?
Yes.
He said we're buds.
He's still striding straight towards you.
Alright, I'll move slightly to the side and be like, wait, we can help you. What's going on? How did you get here?
Are you asking him or her? He is not interested. He's just storming straight towards the door. You see Cockatrice skittering down the stairs and he stomps on the way through and just keeps charging
Lovely.
Great.
out. See a little squat come from under his foot.
Now I feel like I've released something I shouldn't have.
No, it's great. It's fine. This is perfect. With hell coming in a month,
The
it
new
doesn't matter.
BB.
I'll try
Yeah,
to
you
see
want to
your
join us in
actions.
hell, buddy? Anyway, but yeah, I'll move her behind me as well.
She's not into this at all, but she's definitely getting behind you.
Yeah.
We can farm them for XP later.
Is everyone alright?
You
Better.
pull out.
A bit wounded, but otherwise okay.
I feel like if you were petrified, you wouldn't respond to that. So can everyone please respond?
We're not petrified, it's fine.
President.
Help me! I'm doing it.
It was horrifying.
You see me doing this. I'm in the mirrored room.
Smoke, did you kill more people? Did you kill more things, Smoke?
Oh, he did. It
Smoke
was
just gets-
horrific.
I applaud.
So he
By
just
the
gets
way, you feel a large metal hand on your shoulder and you feel 15 HP of healing.
Thank you.
You see you're looking a bit worse for wear.
Thank you.
Smoke gets up. Smoke gets up, from out
Yes.
underneath the bed and looks around, feeling a little bit tired. Just climbs onto the bed and just attempts
The
to.
bloodied bed.
Yep. Attempts to have a nap.
Aww.
For someone like
As you laugh, it's probably the least comfortable thing you've ever sat on, being the fact it's just been absolutely crushed and destroyed by the war chief and your friends.
It's also probably covered in innards.
I kind of want to.
And you get a
Let's
bit
take
of
a
wood
look.
stick into your foot as you try to step on it.
Smoke, darling, if you need to rest, let's go somewhere where you can actually rest. This is not a restful place, is it?
Did the Medusa's eyeballs survive at all?
No.
Can I inspect
One
the
of
body
those.
see if there's anything of interest to perhaps loot?
Yeah, sure.
Like,
I want to.
on the clothes,
Yeah.
like is there like armor or anything interesting?
We're gonna check the room.
Well, that's a nat one.
Yeah, can we stop
I
the room?
noticed nothing.
yeah.
I just say that's a pile
Who's
of
got
blood.
investigation?
I can help.
Who does have enough investigation?
Mine's pretty nice.
Oh, yeah?
+5 if anyone
I will help someone.
You'll help someone?
Make one.
Three.
Can you help me out?
Yeah, I'll help you.
Alright. I'm being helped by a killer.
That is a 17 for investigation for that room.
Alright, so
I'll stay on his bag still over there.
what I'm going to do is get you to talk amongst yourselves for a minute because I do actually have a loot table for
Hey, hey, Tom. That ring.
Alright.
I think you got some competition.
So,
I'm curious as to what it is.
what you find is
Definitely on this finger, wasn't it?
as you go through the room,
Yeah.
the short sword that she didn't seem to have bothered getting, you notice it pretty much immediately. It's on the wall, but it's glowing slightly. There's another set of alchemy equipment here, and quite a few quality-looking ingredients. If anyone wants to make a nature check on it,
Yes.
I can assist you in that if you want.
I'll take it. No, nat 20
Yeah.
with assistance.
I don't need your.
Fuck me, right?
looking over at some of it, looks like you might be able to get 5 or 10 gold a piece for some of these herbs. But you find a couple of red flowers that you know would be worth 100 gold pieces each. There's 4 of them. Very, very rare alchemy equipment.
Nice.
I'd like to check for if there's these red flowers have any qualities I might know or think that might induce any sort of states.
Do you have any alchemy proficiencies?
I do not.
You wouldn't know. You've seen them before in books of nature.
No.
And speaking about the rarity, they're not from this plane. They're from the Feywilds. which is what makes them so rare because it's hard to get them even there.
In that case, Smoke is intrigued and would like to collect as many of them as he can.
Yep, you can collect all of them. They're in a small chest.
The bag of holding is at your disposal.
Done. You also find a 3 vials of snake poison, which is obviously taken from the giant snake.
That'd go great with my snake fang that I harvested.
Yes.
Perfect for the raping.
What was the investigation checks we got?
17 was the top. If anybody else wants to attempt, they can.
Yeah, there was a 13 over here.
I had 1, so.
You also find amongst the smashed furniture a heart-shaped locket.
Oh, I'll take that.
Well, hang on.
It's jewelry, I'm taking it.
Okay, there's that one.
I'll say you're
Definitely in the middle of the room.
I was gonna say, yeah,
when you got that one, and
you
you
definitely weren't the one that found
Pointed
it.
out to me, I
got
want
Mr. Trinket Stealer over
It's
here.
definitely got the picture of the husband inside.
I think I was
Anyway,
right in that. Actually.
It looks like, looking around, the quality of the furniture was exquisite. You think it would have been worth 100 or 200 gold pieces before it was destroyed.
Was. Yep.
There is still a couple of nice tapestries on the wall, which seem to be broken down plants and flowers and fruits, to sections of them, woven very well. About you'd think you'd probably get 100 to 200 gold pieces for them if you rolled them up and took them with you. And because you've got a ridiculous passive investigation, you notice that behind the crushed bed there's something gleaming. You kneel down to pick up what looks like a fairly large black pearl.
Ooh.
I've seen this before.
Got a compass, got a pearl.
Hey, I need my use a new ship.
Where is your ship?
You don't,
Coming into Ballers Gate?
unless you got a 22 plus on your investigation check.
I mean, yeah, no.
So I'll be just putting these things into the bag of holding initially, just because I've realised we probably need to get the hell out of here and find somewhere safe and get you resting. But I have recorded them, so we will be going into it all when we get back to base.
Cool.
Outside of that, do we want to? I mean, the next room's all mirrors. I'm going to assume there's nothing in there, but we can look if we want.
I was actually going to check in with Tonk and get him to check in with his magically sealed book.
See if it's still.
Oh,
Does
magically
the
sealed.
ring interact with the book?
Yes.
Does it unlock it?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Oh, nice.
You're Arcana trained, aren't you?
Yeah.
Roll Arcana for me.
If you want guidance for this, I can give you a d4.
We might as well do it.
Yeah.
Don't waste the cantrip.
Yeah.
Still not too bad.
That's pretty good.
18.
Yeah, so you put the ring up to the book and you feel the magic dissipate, but you don't feel like the ring was the key.
Very cool.
Very nice.
So I feel like it was the word that she spoke into the ring before she died, and she did this.
No.
Do you want some real
Bam
life
does.
assistance? Do you want some real life assistance as to what it might be?
For her dying.
Could either be knock or dispel magic from the ring.
Dispel magic.
Oh, just my magic.
Could be.
We'll have to find out.
Yeah.
Tell me that. It's reminding Bam.
All right. Do you want to move to another room, or do you want to chat to the pally? What do you want to do?
I think that's.
Oh yeah, what's he doing?
He's going around checking on people, healing them,
Yeah.
making sure they're okay.
As we move to the next room, I'd like to.
Do you need healing?
Yeah, I'm down. I'm down.
I know a guy that does.
Again? Really?
I mean, I'm fine without it.
Oh, don't forget yourself. Steam probably got you too, hey?
I'm fine.
Yeah.
He places his hand on you and you get all your HP back.
Hells yeah.
Mr. More than 19 HP.
What, he just floated our face.
Mr. does one attack that could kill me 4 times over.
Did we actually grab the short sword?
Yes. I've got it.
Okay, good.
Written it all down.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking of doing take magic to see if
I guess taking the tapestries.
Yep. I've
Does
written
it
it all
look
down.
like there's anything to drink in the room?
There was
Snake
some
poison?
vials.
Oh, not poisonous poison.
There are some wines, things like that.
It's basically what you're drinking.
Smoke goes up to
Pretty
it and
much,
starts
yeah.
laughing at it.
Yep.
Lapping at a bottle.
Well, yes. And then he realizes it's not working, so he tries to open the bottle. Drinks it.
Yep, so you start lapping at the wine. Make it const, mate.
I just imagine getting a bottle of wine, pouring it on the floor, and then drinking it on the floor. Why are you doing this?
I mean,
Why do I do anything?
if there's bottles of wine, I'll take those.
So you think you probably made your way through the room?
Yeah.
It's open in front of
You're
you.
missing all your rum, so.
Can I just like start chatting to the woman as we move through the glass room and just see what her story is, if anything?
Sure. What do you want to ask her?
Just like, how did you end up in the Medusa's lair?
Oh, I had the great idea that I should travel and learn in the real world. I think I'm going back to the library.
Which library did you come from?
Oh, it's far up north in Lusco, and they don't like us much up there, but they tolerate us. As long as they're not drunk, then we just stay away.
Ever been to
He's
Candlekeep?
already drinking.
Oh no, I would not be allowed in there.
There's ways. I didn't think
Yes,
I'd
it'll take
go.
me years, and that's why I'm here, and that's why I've decided I'm not going to Candlekeep anymore.
Fair enough. Well, you've just seen a dead Medusa, so you're learning through activities, I guess.
You're right. I never want to do that again.
Nor do we, right?
I could go another minute.
I mean,
Tomorrow.
I could do it again.
And then the second Medusa slithers in.
Well, technically, we still have a second Medusa to deal with, so.
This one twice as big. But
Man, I need to quit drinking. Yes, you do.
we did check the kitchen last time.
Yes.
Yeah, didn't you already like check all the rooms?
The trophy room I couldn't because we didn't really look through it properly. But can we look through that more properly now?
Yeah, it just seems to be a very random bunch of adventurers, essentially. A couple of town guards, things like that obviously come looking for missing people.
At quick glance, is there anybody that looks like? I mean, is there anybody that looks like they deserve to be saved versus people like that aren't an orc chieftain?
Town guard would be,
I mean, it's very
I'm looking
hard to
for a
tell.
All right.
Maybe leave one of those potions for Lorien? Just
Yes.
That's what I'm thinking is having these potions and potentially the ability to make more of them.
yeah, as they're moving through, I'm going to be trying to read as
Yeah, we
well
can
I
talk.
can.
We can talk to the town
While I
about.
walk, just bumping into things.
Yeah. Has anybody been lost lately? Does anybody want to come and identify bodies? Let's bring them back if we can, and let's break the people that are evil.
It's very elaborate cursive throughout the book, and it's definitely lots of different, almost broken thoughts about the curse itself, why she was born with it, where it came from, what it really is. Nothing conclusive, and that's as far as you get sort of as you're walking around. You flip through a bit and you do see there's some alchemical potions, some spells as well. Looks like she was learning magic to try and combat this. It's very clear even from the opening pages that she's settled to deal with the fact that it is a curse. She's never heard of it being removed, but she wants for nothing more. But I just figured it will never happen.
No, I mean, it's gone now.
Or is it?
The alchemy kit.
No eyeballs, no problem.
The alchemy kit that was there, I don't know if it was possible, but I'm going to be like, I wanted to have tried to like take it apart and put it in the bag of holding piece by piece so that we can have it.
There's 50 gold pieces worth of fine equipment.
Yep. Somebody might want to take.
Are you taking the stuff from the Medusa's bedroom?
Yes.
Yep.
That kit, but we can go upstairs and take the second one if we want as a second kit in case anybody decides to.
Someone did notice that was magical, whereas the other one didn't seem to be.
Okay, so the first one wasn't, but
The
this
first one is the one from the alchemy lab.
Right.
The personal one wasn't.
Yeah, let's set that back up at base.
Yep.
And
Take that one.
I'll tinker with
Please.
this crap.
Base, what base?
The dogs and
Y'all have a base?
the place with all
Oh,
the place with all the cats and children.
That place.
We haven't been back there in a while, but
Well, if you want a
it's
new,
only been like a day,
if you want a new one, I've got one.
which is
Why do you have a base?
Well, fishing.
if it's on a boat, not
where's the
interested.
base?
Here, there, probably halfway to Baldur's Gate by now.
When we
You mean a ship?
It's a
Yeah.
It's definitely.
So hang on, remind me.
I cast
How did
warding
you
wind
get
around Kip.
from the ship to here?
You can't hear anything.
I don't know.
Deafening wind sweeps up.
I don't have the spells. I'd have to convert my spells to sorcery points and then make it. Okay, I could do it.
Maybe.
I feel like I could probably put him to sleep. But
Is this having an effect on
magic?
Smoke? Is it putting him to sleep?
let's get you to a bed, please. Let's get you to a bed for the first time in 36 hours. Let's get you to a bed.
Smoke listens and is feeling a little bit sad, stumbles up to the bed and just
What bed?
says a prayer.
What bed?
We're not out of bed yet.
Oh fuck!
We're still in the lair.
Says a
If this ceiling falls, I'll be happy.
too.
prayer wherever he is for Medusa.
Can we just sling him over Mr. Shiny and then we go to sleep?
If you really want to, yes.
Alright. Tie him onto Mr. Shiny's back, tie his hands together, like
I
drape
mean,
you
you
over
figure
his
he's not going
shoulders.
to get much of a sleep, so it's probably like a half-hour trek back to the church.
Cockatrice wise, just gonna smash through them, and looping.
Most of them aren't paying a lot of attention to you.
I want to loop wide around the fountain. And you were with us for the fountain, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Is there anything about the
to go wide around the fountain.
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
book?
I almost wanted it.
Is there anything about the fountain in the book that I've seen?
Not that you've seen yet. If you want to stop and have a look through, you might be able to find something. If you want
No,
to
I
flip
won't
through or
stop
look
to
for a
read it.
picture or something.
I'll read later.
I mean, if you're having a quick look through, roll a investigation or insight check.
They are the same. 15.
Yeah, you're flipping through, and you do see a picture of the fountain, so you stop and quickly have a look. It looks like it's just an incredibly elaborate. As she was learning magic, she learned about the alarm spell, and she just tied that in with charm person spells and just created this elaborate network to make sure that people that weren't magically or strong in mind couldn't get through.
Do that.
I'm intrigued. Raz is intrigued by
Well,
this
you
idea.
have a long
I do.
charm person.
I mean, think if you had a base you're operating from, things like this would be very handy. On the
indeed.
fly, it's probably far too elaborate to set up.
That's true. But luckily, we do have a base that we
Kind
operate
of.
from. It's going to be better.
Yes. I mean, if I did something, I could possibly make it better, but then I'd probably end up
We
assassinated.
wait a month for that.
We've got an alchemy set and some nice tapestries to put up.
Yeah.
So we're really got to spruce the place.
We would have had the
up.
furniture.
I mean, we've got abandoned manor to fill up.
We've got tapestries to hang so that the cats can claw them.
Right, so you're all heading out past the fountain now.
Yeah. Question. I know we wouldn't know about it, but Tonk knows about it. The corridor that was magically blocked. Still blocked?
No.
Cool.
Is Sabor on there?
Yeah, we should probably take her with us.
Oh,
Yeah,
first,
where you left her.
Shiny Boy, can you help bring our Triton friend back? Because I don't think any of us can strengthily carry her. Thank you.
Drop smoke and
I'll carry smoke.
We'll both carry smoke.
You could levitate.
he picks up Oronop's things over his shoulder,
Yep.
starts walking.
Use that? Or have you not? You haven't used that?
Yeah, you did.
What are you doing?
You did for something stupid.
I don't remember.
I think you did. I'm not
I
sure.
don't think so.
All right.
I don't think so.
This will be the one time you haven't used it.
I know, right?
First hour of the day.
It's nuts. I think we're going to keep it though, just because.
As a note, when we're going past the fountain, Kip's not looking at it, he's looking up into a bottle.
Yep. Alright, so unless anyone's doing anything else specifically, for the sake of time, maybe we can skip back to seeing Lorian
Yes.
Yeah.
Please.
and Sarul, because other than if you do anything, you could just take the path straight back.
Yeah.
You stop off at the All Faith Temple with the Paladin. He wishes you good luck.
Thank him very much for his great work.
Do we leave Sabor?
Well, thank you, my fine shiny friend.
If
I can set her onto you when she wakes up.
if she needs help,
time.
yeah, we're not sure what's happened to her. I'll
I'll
tell
look after
her.
her.
I'll tell
I'll get
her.
her well if I can.
Cheers, bud. You've been a great help. I'm gonna walk again now. I'm not really keen for it.
You don't have to
just
walk.
fly.
You got wings.
Yeah.
Yeah, that takes even
staying.
more effort.
Smoke also thanks him. Puts out like claws, holds it like a fist, and just goes for the fist bump.
He very awkwardly wraps his hand around your fist and shakes it.
Perfect.
Yes. You can
All I
learn
ask in
tips
return
from
is that you tell them that Tyr helped you
Of course.
when you were in need.
Absolutely. For the glory of Tyr.
Well, by Avardra's will.
What's your actual name?
Aww.
My actual name?
Yeah,
I do have it written down last week.
You never actually told us. We just called him
Mr.
Shiny.
Shiny.
I regularly forget it.
My name is Jep.
Alright, cool.
Thank you very much, Jet.
Stay hip,
You're
Joe.
welcome.
Hey
Real
guys.
talk.
Hey guys. Do you reckon if we rib him enough, we can make Jets cross?
Gust of wind picks up. So you end up back at
Tellurian.
little Calamshan,
Yes.
Calamshan,
Yeah.
Camel shaft.
and a large house.
Wacky Shack.
Gates are there.
So while we're walking, can I read more into the book and see if there's anything? That,
Yeah. Well, you've got taken a few hours to get back there walking.
yeah, anything that's in there that would lead us to make better decisions about what's about to happen, based on the research.
It's got some information about the studies they're trying to do, or she's been trying to do, to pass on the gift, to remove the gift. She's been giving people she keeps calling it gifts in inverted commas, as if being sarcastic about it. But she's passed it on to a few people. She's had to kill most of them. But she hasn't found a cure for it yet. She was working on it, and it did seem to involve those red flowers. But she hadn't unlocked the secret yet.
Maybe don't sell those.
Oh, nothing in there is automatically going to be sold.
Oh, that's good.
It's all discussions. We'll see what we want to do.
Right, guys, we can just go back to the Feywild and get more stuff.
Smoke holds the.
Pretty sure I've been there.
Oh, that's right, you have.
Has he though? You can't remember. Maybe it was a dream.
Did you have some wine around?
Smoke holds the chest, just
Yes.
protectively seeing people eyeing it off.
Keeps drunk a little bit.
Oh yeah, definitely. Unless you ask for
Of
something.
the red flowers.
You knock on the door and it opens.
Then you would have had wine.
And you see Sarul standing there. Ah,
You like
my
sharing.
friends, you've made it back.
Yes, we have good news and
Oh.
bad news.
I'm sorry, I'm Sarul.
I'm Kit. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. He bows. Please come in.
I'm already moving in.
He says to the rest of you that haven't moved in.
Yeah. You remember Tom.
Yes.
Oh, hang on. Who
Please
did I
stop
greet him
doing
as? Who did I greet him as last time?
I think you were Elizabeth.
No, I was the
No,
woman.
you were.
Still was the
You
woman.
were a lot.
That could have been Anyway,
Yeah.
we'll press
I
on.
hope you brought me good news.
Good news, bad news.
Yeah, you tell him.
Good news, the Medusa's dead. Bad news, we didn't quite get a cure, but we have a alleviation to the curse.
An alleviation.
Yes, we'll explain upstairs.
Very
What was
well.
the temporary solution?
Alright, please come through.
I'm already upstairs. Just like sit there with the book in front,
He
like
sort
trying to
of
think.
looks a bit frustrated. He's like, just follow your friend, I suppose.
Yes, he's very good at leading the way.
Yes. So you head upstairs. You see her, Lorian, sitting at the window, staring out with the blindfold still around. Obviously, wistfully wishing she could see.
Quick little question: is there anything in the room that's turned to stone, or was it only
Nothing.
theory people? Okay,
Yes.
that's just a side question.
Yeah.
Lorian,
Yes.
good news, bad news.
Oh.
Good news: the creature that caused your affliction has passed on with help.
Lots of help.
Okay. So what is the bad news?
We didn't quite get a cure out of her to
Yes.
us,
Yeah,
but
I'll figure it out. I'm just
We have-
flipping through the book frantically, trying
we're
to
a
think.
mighty scholar working on it. We do have what could be a temporary fix to the affliction. It seemed to work on the Medusa, and it did work on us. I'll take Smoke out of the room, and the other guy, and just be like, "You can take the blindfold off and look at any of my friends."
Also, make sure. Have you
Are
taken the
you
potion?
sure?
Yes.
That's why he took himself out and Smoke.
So who's in the room?
Me.
You four.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This isn't
We're all
working.
left.
He's so mad at you.
So she very shaking hands, unties the blindfold, pulls it down, and looks up at you all. You see, like, almost looks like her eyes are swirling cement. My curse is gone.
Unfortunately, not.
That was just a test. I'm so glad it passed. Okay. Put the blindfold back on, please.
We were your guinea pigs.
It's
That's
fine.
4 of you. Was bound to get a result.
One way or the other.
Seems legit.
So is it back on?
We still have another potion if things
Are you
go
asking
wrong.
anyone else in the room?
I'm asking her if it's back on.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, it's on.
Okay. So we have 3 more potions that will give what is in theory 24 hours of relief from the curse, from being turned to stone by seeing your eyes. So your partner and yourself could have 24 hours relief, and we are working on creating more of these potions so that you may go day to day, be able to see each other. You still can't look upon the public, but if you each took a potion in a day, you would be able to look at each other. I'm sorry we
So
couldn't
I can
provide
ask,
more
I
relief.
suppose. It's more than I could ask. Thank you.
I do apologise we couldn't provide more relief.
As I understand it, it also
Yet.
it also
I'll figure it out.
As far as I understand it, it also reverses any petrification that's already happened.
Correct.
Yes.
So if you do accidentally petrify someone and have another potion on hand, that might be the best move. We have 3 here. I don't believe any of us need them anymore. We will be attempting to make more back at... What's this place
HQ.
called? Yes. We have a name for a place, and we will tell you that name forthwith.
Just as soon as we remember what it is.
It's in
I
the
understand.
shitty
It's obviously
town.
been a long day.
Yes. But yes, she has passed. The garden is, what we can tell, relatively safe. We will speak to the clerics about clearing it further and potentially using more of these potions to bring anyone back that was trapped.
Oh yes, that is more important. You should be using them for that.
Well, you did kind of send us down there to help you, so we are helping you.
Yes,
And you are paying us to do that.
I am.
Somebody is.
Your husband is.
Oh,
We'll turn to him.
missing?
It's like,
Strangely absent.
There was payment posted.
He's
Still have the note.
yeah, has disappeared. But you see him walking back up, holding what looks like a small wooden box. Says, I cannot thank you enough. Here,
There it is.
I'm sorry, it's not more.
It's more than we knew we would get for something like this, but also we nearly died, so it's totally fair. And I hand her the 3 potions that are remaining.
Thank you.
If the chest is cool, I'll give him the chest as well. Bonus.
The chest.
The chest that the potions were in.
That's fairly similar to the one he bought you actually for the money. It's just a very well crafted small chest.
Definitely great trade.
Yeah,
Check.
box trade.
we do have possibly the recipe for the potion, and as well, if you're looking for a more permanent solution, perhaps it might also be possible to reverse engineer the potion as such.
I'm no alchemist.
But I'm sure with contacts,
Somebody in
might
Baldur's
be
Gate
able
is,
to.
yeah.
Perhaps
It's a large
Halvazar.
enough city.
How bizarre. How bizarre. How bizarre.
You can't hold this one against me. This is an official Lost Realms thing.
Oh, good.
I hold nothing against you. I love Quinn.
It's true.
Every time I look around, it's in my face.
What, Medusa?
Bloody alchemist. Every time I look around, oh, how bizarre. Get away from me. You
But,
think of potion.
Thank you again. Here. Hands you the box.
I've already noted it. All over it. We'll get out of your hair.
Yes, thank you.
If I could take one of your eyeballs, I could maybe study it and then try and fix the other one.
You can't just ask someone for their eyeballs.
I'm not gonna lie, that went in a direction I did not intend, but
I
I'm not
don't think
absolutely
that's the
against.
best course of action.
Smoke just recoils in horror.
Then the research might take longer than it could, but that's fine.
I think it will have to.
That's all right.
Some
Just
people don't know how
remember,
to compromise.
just remember, as far as we know, it's 24 hours. If it, for any reason, goes short of that time, please use the potion again to bring your husband back, I guess.
Yes, I understand. Good. Thank you for what you've done.
You're very welcome.
Probably saved a lot of lives.
Well, that's
Probably will save a lot more.
Yeah, we matter when hell breaks
in
loose.
a couple of months, it might not matter, but anyway. We'll get out of your hair.
They both look a bit confused. He sort of looks at her, then realises he can't see her and just looks back at you.
No, it's fine.
I shall see you out.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Heads down the stairs. Oh, just a moment. He walks across the room to the sitting area and takes down from the top shelf a very expensive looking bottle of wine gilded with gold and hands it to you. As a thank you.
Not much of a drinker, but hand it to Kip.
Wasted.
Okay.
I hand towards Kip and if it's going to make it through the night.
He heads towards the doors and opens them and sort of
Casual
bows to you.
drink,
I bow back. I guess you're going.
We're assuming he's even like being taken out. He's just like
It's alright.
he just jumped out a window.
That's the question.
I'm still just like nose deep.
Yeah.
Bill deep. Look, trying to figure it out. Like,
I'll help you out of the room.
As,
just leave me out.
Yeah.
as Kip walks out past him, he sort of just tips his head and fortune's favour on you, my friend. Walks out.
And if we could, should we return to base and look at what we've managed to
Yeah.
obtain?
Uh-huh.
I wouldn't mind seeing your crib.
Yes, perhaps find out where this how
Yeah.
bizarre resides.
I don't know the band name, but somewhere near there. How long does that last? That's only an hour. Never mind. Go back.
Yes. Yeah, so you head back to the town's gates. You see a few people being apprehended with pets and livestock, but they usher you through. You head back down to Brampton
Yes, Brampton.
and back to the front door, and that is where we're going to break. So stick around, we will be back shortly. Hello everyone and welcome back to part 2 of tonight's episode. Alright, so we just returned from the Medusa's lair where...
Okay, they're coming laughing.
Rise. Rewards were given and you've arrived back at your preparations. Who's in the front?
I'll walk in the front, I guess.
I'll probably be near the front given that it's my place.
I'm with whoever's carrying smoke.
Oh, that's right, I can't smoke. Yep. Sorry, I forgot that. I'll carry
You
smoke.
open the door. You are met with a cacophony of cats meowing, rubbing against your legs.
How many kids are in the room?
None.
Oh, thank you.
Useless. Useless informants.
What does the place smell like at this point?
Stale alcohol and cat urine.
Oh, jeez.
It's revolting.
Smoke discontentedly fires. Home.
Darling, it was you who invited the cat in, yes?
Yes.
Can you invite them out?
I point at the kittens, I mew at them, and then point out. See if anything
Using
happens.
animal handling or speak to animals?
Animal handling.
Roll with disadvantage because they're very happy now in your home.
Good guidance.
I can dispose of them.
Yeah.
Well, that's
How
how much is with guidance?
Default.
You know, this is how good it really is.
Animal handling is 22 with disadvantage.
You point out and they look a bit sad and a couple of them mule at you and row up against you. The others start trotting off down the street looking over their shoulder at you.
With the 22, can he find out what their AC and HP is?
3 HP, 8 AC. We've got them fat and lazy in here.
I guess.
Just gonna keep reading my book and looking at my ring.
Okay, good.
Is old mate asleep or like out drunk or?
You hear something banging around in the back.
Clary, can we go up to your room and have a look at what we've obtained?
Banging around the back. Is there a sock on the door?
I will guide Tonk with us so that he's here for the loot discussion.
Yep, come on, let's head on up.
First things first, I'll lay Smoke into a bed and be like, do you want to stay up for this or would you rather rest?
Go on, stay up, see what happens.
Treat yourself.
I mean, hang on, that's...
Oh no.
I'm definitely gonna take the rest. Smoke is gonna take the rest.
I'll explain it.
What about Kip?
I mean, he's there just with the
You're at
group.
2 levels of exhaustion from dying twice.
And also drunk.
He's drunk, so he doesn't care. He's with the group.
Oh, also, you're poisoned too.
Why don't we all just have a
For
sleep?
2 hours.
Yeah.
For 2 hours.
Yeah, you probably cleared one out by the walk back. Would have been a horrible first hour of the walk back.
A lot of throwing up. Alright, well, in the time that we've got, I'll start to identify everything. So,
Yep. Go through it for me because you've got it all categorised and I'll tell you what it is.
each hour I'll go through. So first, starting with the short sword.
It's a moon touch short sword. It casts dim light out to 15 feet.
Okay. And that is that in normal stuff? Like, if I just put moon touch short sword into like D&D Beyond, I'll get it.
You can't. Yep.
Cool. So that's a real one.
Most of it is real. There's a couple of non-real ones
Yeah.
that I'm making real.
Alchemy kit that was magical.
Yep, so it's a very expensive alchemy kit that gives you advantage on any potion making you do.
Tonks, do you want to do some potion making?
Depends what the stat is that uses it.
Take that in my tool proficiency.
You may have.
I don't think I did.
It is
I think
alchemist kit you can get proficiency in, so that's something to look at. The spell, the just ingredients, general ingredients, not the red flowers.
Yep, they are just general alchemy ingredients.
Okay. And then the red flowers, we just figured out their worth and they're from the Fae.
Yes.
Is there more to
Yep.
them that I get from Identify?
You don't get anything from Identify.
Yep.
But yeah, it seems to be. I guess from Identify you sense a magic that alters reality to some small degree.
Okay. Reality altering.
How many of the flowers were there?
5.
5. Reality altering red flowers.
Do I still have the box?
You are asleep. I took them from.
Okay.
Then
I'd like to resist that.
you've been robbed.
You were asleep. You chose to be asleep.
Okay.
Yeah. Who does that, idiot?
I'm
You learn
asleep.
your lesson, never sleep again.
I'm asleep. I didn't hear that.
Vials of snake poison. Is there anything particularly notable about snake poison?
Yeah, you could use them in potion making, or you could apply them to a blade to do extra poison damage.
Well, what about us?
2d8 in the first round and 1d8 in the second round.
Ooh.
Okay.
Does it have to be a blade? Can it be a
point.
An arrow
snake thing?
I mean, yes.
Throwing knives?
Anything you can apply to will add that damage to once it penetrates and cuts through someone's skin.
Snake poison. 2d8 first round, 1d8 second round. Okay.
If you put it into food or drink, it will give them the poison status like smoke had.
But it also could be ingredients.
Just putting out there, you know that is, with your passive investigation, a very handy thing if you're going to a fight someone to poison them first, so they've got disadvantage on all attacks.
See. Heart-shaped locket. Anything special about it?
Yes.
Okay, good.
It seems to be something that was made custom. Actually, it tells you pretty much everything, doesn't it, with identify?
Identify, yeah. It doesn't tell me the password to a book, though, apparently.
No, it's not. This is actually the heirloom that was mentioned. It was obviously stolen from her from Laurie.
Oh, this is Laurie.
The heart-shaped locket, you can engrave someone's name on it, and once a day you can send them 13 words via message anywhere.
So there is a husband in it.
Sorry, what was that last part?
Even across planes.
Okay.
It's impressive.
Oh boy.
And we could message Ailey and see if she's alive. That's totally what I'm going to use that for.
Yes.
Anyway, next. Tapestries. Anything magical properties about them before I bother
No, it's just
identifying?
expensive.
Sure. Black Pearl.
Pearl of Power.
Nice.
Again, is that in D&D Beyond?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll just write Pearl
As
of
well as
Power.
your high spell slot up to slot 3 or 4, I think, level 3.
Level 3, I believe.
Yeah.
Extra
Use once a
spell
day.
Oh, this is something we didn't bother to do. I don't have any. I was going to say the potions, you know, identify them. But we've got the ingredients and instructions, so we'll go through that another time.
We probably have instructions.
And
Which is anti-petrification.
here's a surprise. We open up the chest that's meant to have 350 gold pieces, and there's 3,500 gold pieces. So that's lovely.
Oh yeah, what about my ring?
I can identify that.
Ring of mind shielding.
Nice.
Is that again in D&D Beyond?
Yes.
Yeah.
You want to write that one down? You good?
And then also, I'm just going to dig out that compass that I took from the random dude that supposedly also worshipped the Traveller.
If we are intending to sleep, I'll actually use proper spell slots to do this in a minute, try and speed this along. So I've got 2 spell slots left to do that in. But yeah, compass. What do we got?
It is a legendary magic item.
You want to write that one down then?
Yeah,
Because I assume you're keeping that.
Oh yeah.
You can choose any dice roll that's made and invert it. So 20 becomes a 1 and 19 becomes a 2, etc. The next dice roll from the user is also inverted. Can be used once a day, recharges at dawn.
I love everything about this.
Nice.
I'm just gonna.
And something you will work out as you level up, the charges per day are half of your character level rounded down.
Okay, I'm writing it down.
Is there anything else people want me to identify while we're at it?
Do I have anything worth identifying?
I
Probably
don't.
not.
Nope. You do everything.
That's just it. I'm just gonna sit there with that compass, just going. What?
Nice.
Does the pearl need attunement?
Good question. Pearl of Power.
I can look it up if you want.
I think it does actually. I think that's kind of the cool thing about it. You don't need to use up a slot for it.
You just throw it at someone.
Yeah, because that'd be handy if we can just fling it to whoever needs it.
I'm going to rule you can. Because I'm the boss.
Yeah.
And the lady that's with us, I'm sorry we ignored her at this point, but yeah.
You took her back with you, didn't leave her anywhere along the way?
No, we brought her with us. I mean, she didn't have anywhere else to
Being
be.
very timidly following.
Yeah, can we ask her, like, when she roughly knows she was turned to stone?
What year is it in your estimation?
Yeah, I know. But do you know what time it was in the grand scheme of things?
What year was it?
What was the date?
491?
What day are we in?
493?
Okay. It's been 2 years done.
Oh. Wow.
Do you know where family might be for you? Is there anywhere you'd like to go?
Yes, home.
Yes, where is the... Oh, you said-
Yeah.
Glasgow.
do you think home is still there after 2 years?
Yes. Why wouldn't it be?
Is there anything in the research that we've, like, Tonk and I have done in the past 10 years to, or even Kit would know
Of
from his
traveling
travels?
and
Yeah.
Alaska's rebuilding.
Yeah. Okay.
There's been tribes that survived. They're a nomadic tribe.
Within the last 2 years, or was that like a?
The collapse of Alaska happened a long time ago.
Okay, so she would know. Yeah.
It's been rebuilding from what was essentially a big city to wandering nomadic tribes.
Yeah.
All right.
Is there a port nearby there?
Yeah, there's Alaskan ports up on the top of the coast.
I might be able to help you out with that. I got a ship with a crew that's making their way here. If I don't need them, then they can take you up there.
Oh, thank you.
I've got.
Will your ship handle the northern waters?
It can handle most things.
Have you been to the northern waters?
I imagine probably. He's been around.
You know there's a lot of ice up there. It's quite damaging to the hull of a lot of ships.
You know what this ship goes up against, right?
Ice.
Cannonballs.
Very different.
Very camel.
Ice does work very differently.
It's essentially a corvette, so it's quite maneuverable.
Yeah, but Corvette it's not a Stormbreaker.
It could get her further up anyway, so she didn't have to walk.
Oh, thank you. I'm sure the further up the coast I can get, the easier it will be to get home.
I mean, it'll get you there quicker without you walking. As far.
Just say that walk at the Corvette.
Oh yeah.
The Corvette's a type of ship, but it's not a Stormbreaker.
No, it's definitely not. It's maneuverable if the ice is broken, but it's not going to break through ice.
Do you mind if I rest a while?
Of course, you can stay with us as long as you need. If we need some help, would you be willing to help out?
With what?
I don't know. What are your skills?
I'm quite a seamstress.
I do have a job for you. If you'd like.
I'm sure I can help once I've rested.
Sure.
No, now get to work.
Don't listen to
8 guns per hour.
helping out with your chancellor job.
No, I'm also helping out with the costumes I need. Yeah. Is there anything else? Anybody else? Questions for the room? Before we all have a bit of a rest. I've done a lot of identifying and I'm
I think
probably late by now.
Yeah.
We could go to the pub and free drinks. We've got free drinks for 2 months.
Could do that.
Now I'm interested.
Oh yeah, you don't know about that. I got free drinks at the local pub for 2 months.
Does he though?
No, he does now.
He's part of
By association, yes.
Okay, cool.
I can disguise you to look like me.
Pub crawl.
You can get free drinks.
You just go up and order 2 and then bring them back to the trip.
Yeah.
We all know how to run scam bars.
I mean, sure. Let's go with that.
Now, old mate downstairs only knows that there was 350 gold pieces for that job.
Oh, so we are
Oh, I
absolutely.
see
Do
what
we
you're
just want to give him the straight 350 that he expects,
Yes.
as if
Yeah.
we've given him all of it, and then keep the rest?
Yes. Definitely.
130%.
Yeah.
Let's give him nothing.
I mean,
Well, you know.
Well, we gave him nothing
He can
from the
find us
last
more work,
job.
so.
that's true.
I mean, he's technically my childhood bodyguard and stand-in father figure, so I'd rather not piss him off too much.
Alright, well, leave the other. Does anybody want to actually have the gold for us, like track that, or do you just want to put it in the bag of holding and I'll monitor it?
Oh, you get the bag of holding. You take all the excess.
You're now our accountant.
Yeah.
I'll take 350 and head down to the banging room noise.
I'll head down.
No, it's no longer happening.
I'll head down with Rouge. Say hi.
Just divvying it into a separate bag, so there's no crossover
Yeah.
of bags. No.
Right there.
Yes, we completed one of your tasks.
Oh,
You're no longer scared of me, darling. It's fine.
No, I know who you are.
Sure. Sure you do know exactly.
Hey, Clary, wanna fetch me my bottle?
No.
We look around and it seems that the cause of commotion before was he was trying to put vegetables into the oven to roast it. He obviously couldn't get them in. The tray was too big and he just smashed it and the oven's broken and the tray's held across the room. Vegetables across the floor.
You know, just
Get smoked.
stick to finding us work, not doing work, I think, buddy.
Didn't fit.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
it.
Now nothing
There's a few
fits.
empty bottles across the top as well. It probably would have fit if you turned it around.
Yeah.
We will neglect to mention that.
It's fine, we can just smoke and thinking of it later.
I do have a new job for you, actually.
What is it?
Is it fixing this fucking kitchen?
Surveying.
Survey.
Surveying. Easy job, easy money.
Reconnaissance, you mean?
Speaking of easy money, I'll put 350 on the table.
700. Yeah, thanks.
Yes, I see your maths is as good as your cooking.
Why don't you take a bite and find out?
I'd rather not.
It's raw. Got the money.
Some man sitting here to do a survey.
What of?
Is it people, rocks, or places?
Yes.
Do you have it written somewhere,
Do
darling?
you have a note? If so, give it to me now.
You need to look at Insight Park. Go to Cliff Gate. The Basilisk Gate. Oh, what's that weird fella's name? Candle Hallow. The guy that does funerals up to the north.
What was the name, sorry, darling?
Candle Hallow.
Thank you.
Ah, this one will be fun. Halwazar, you're going to have to get his permission to dig under his shop.
It's alright, we have business with Alvazar already.
Oh, that's awfully convenient. Hopefully it's good business, otherwise he won't let you dig up his floors.
I think he's going to like this.
Does anybody have a shovel?
You're going to have to visit those weirdos, the Shrine of Suffering.
Sorry, what was that?
You know, the weirdos at the Shrine of Suffering always hitting themselves with sticks. Bunch of dickheads.
The followers of Vilmater.
Yes. Who just hits themselves deliberately?
Yes, who would do something damaging to their system deliberately, darling? You with the drink.
Obvious idiots.
Yes, very stupid people indeed.
Well, he's got a lot to forget, so...
Oh, right, the Black Dragon Gate. Gotta go there.
Do what for them?
Survey. Listen, boys, survey.
I hate to repeat myself, but people, rocks, or places.
Yes.
Damn it.
All of the above, by the sounds of it.
So, Rillen House.
What was that?
Rillen House, the nobles. I think the Rillans are on holiday, so if you've got anything
Is
to
that up in
do.
the upper city or a bit far?
To the east of the upper city.
Okay, good. I do not want to go in there.
They're not here, you say?
So, not close to that anyway.
No.
Alright,
good.
there, rogue darling.
2 more to go, he said. The western edge of the sea gate in the city. I think he means outside the wall or just inside, I don't know, check both. And in the sewer keep down near the ocean.
Did they mention what we were looking for at all?
Need to make sure there's slate on the ground.
So after all that, rocks.
Yes.
Yes,
Definitely rocks. Okay.
Good.
In places, and there'll be people.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay. Well, he's not wrong. There will be people there.
And I thought I was an alcoholic.
I'm
Maybe
gonna...
you are.
There's some paper nearby.
Yeah, there's some
Yeah, I'm
parchments.
just going to quickly write down a note to basically have inside the door for the kids, just to find, like, letting them know all I want is information about important people. Any important information will be paid in a gold piece. Any valuable information will be paid in 5 gold pieces.
Do you specify what entails valuable and important?
Not yet. I'm going to see what they bring first. then we'll start to,
Sweet drunk order.
then we'll start to narrow it down. But yeah, I'll put that on the back of the door as a note to any kids.
What's this dwarf's name again?
Order.
Gorda.
Gorda? You two haven't met, have you?
Nope, I'm Kip. Nice to meet you.
Meet Gorda.
Alright.
Oh, you'll get
Nobody
on
likes
well.
shaking your hand today.
You'll get on
There
well.
us.
Alright.
You've got a friend for the pub now.
Fine. Well, I'm not allowed there anymore.
We gave you 2 months of free drinks and you got yourself banned in 4 hours. It's been 4 hours.
Feels like it's been 3 weeks.
I suddenly feel a lot better about myself.
I might have made implications about the man that owns the place, but let's not get into that.
You know, back in the day,
That's
it was
all that
quite the
matters.
adventurer, but
Well,
not anymore, at least.
I'll say, how many days?
Of what?
No, how many times back in the day was he an adventurer?
Are you asking him?
I will. Yes.
He doesn't want to talk. He used to
guy's
tell me
human,
stories and stories when I was younger. He's the only thing that kept me
enough about
sane.
that.
This guy's human, yeah?
Dwarf.
Oh, dwarf. Oh, alright then.
Yeah. So suddenly your entire opinion of them changes.
Everything.
It's better. yeah.
Let's
He's a rogue, by the way.
let's take a rest and
Was a rogue.
Yeah.
reset ourselves a little for these tasks tomorrow.
Indeed.
Yeah.
If anybody-
First, I've got a task for you.
all right.
Here we
Go
go.
down to the boat and get me some more. They won't let me in anymore.
No.
Yes.
I think they probably didn't let you in for a reason.
I
Well,
tell
they
you
let
what.
me in. It just didn't last.
If I go down there and get a drink and come back and you're still awake, you can have it.
Deal.
So like, you're casting
Don't
sleep on the
castle.
way in, and yeah.
I got one spell slot left.
Yeah. I love it.
Perfect.
He's a pretty hardy dwarf, but
Not that hard.
Let's see how hard.
at least he used to be back
No,
then.
I'll stay in drinking buddies because I'm immune to magical sleep.
Go for it. Yeah, I'll head down. But I'm pretty tired too. But yeah,
It's not too far down to the boat.
yeah. Can I just like a shot of beer as well as whatever I was drinking, and then just put that in the cloak.
Sleeping, you don't need to go
I've hidden
down.
my wine up in my room, so if anyone wants a glass of wine, it's up there.
Meanwhile, back at headquarters, some of the cats have just made their way back in and are just curling up to sleep next to Smoke.
Mewling softly.
Oh, of course they have.
Oh yeah, they do that kind of snore purple thing.
Yeah.
Separate rooms.
So while this is happening, is anyone doing anything, or is everyone resting, preparing for the next adventure?
Kit probably would have gone down to the bar to get a double or triple shot of the strongest liquor that they had, and then gone back to go to sleep.
Yep.
Sounds about right.
I'll just
Nice
study that book
knockout.
until sleep.
Yeah, exactly.
I think
Something to put him to
Clarence-
sleep after this big day.
And one for you to wake up to.
He's not that bad.
It's not a dwarf.
Exactly.
Oh, I don't like that. Immediately.
So you end up coming back.
Yeah. So is it, we've got drinks, no problems. Obviously no cost. Yeah.
When you came in, he sort of looked suspiciously over your shoulder and just sort of nods like, "Come on in."
As we get near the house, can I just look in the window and see if the dwarf's asleep?
No, he's not.
He's not.
He's pacing.
You stand closer to
Looking
me,
at cupboards.
please,
Sure.
and I'll cast sleep on where he is.
Roll your dice.
I
D8s.
think it's 5 of these.
It's a good number of those.
7, 9, 16, 21.
You see him sort of sway a little bit. Then he turns around and looks straight. He's like, "Piss off with your magic."
Oh yeah.
All right, I'll pour me a drink. And I'll come in the door, put down the shot of beer, and walk upstairs.
The shot
You
of
hear through the wall, "You fucking kidding me?"
It's compliant.
I don't do jokes, darling. And I'll head upstairs.
So you all head upstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm attuning to the compass and just having a bit of a theological existential crisis, but it's all good.
Shall I just pass out on the floor?
Not this bed, darling.
Oh. I don't know the layout of the place.
There's kind of not. I mean, there's probably some 2 beds
I'll
plus.
roll out my bedroll for him.
Oh, I'm sleeping on bed.
Oh. Cheers.
Oh,
Very welcome.
Back onto the
Yeah.
bedroll. Let's pass the fuck out.
after a quick inspection of my inventory, I actually do have a bedroll. So I'll roll that out somewhere.
Mine's still in my backpack on my ship.
Put one of the beds. Seems like a good spot.
Yep. So everyone rests.
One of the cats near Smoke is just standing guard.
Shouldn't you just have Hawk do that?
I don't know, man. Good question. Wonder what Hawk.
Where is Hawk?
I was going to ask that before, actually.
About 100 feet up, perched on the roof.
I think Hawk stayed back here at some point.
That was probably true, yeah.
No, he's followed you the whole way. He's always fairly close.
He's always watching.
Just circles.
So
So the next morning, you all wake up bright and early as the sunlight streams through the broken window on the second floor.
The what now?
So
Sunlight
good.
streams through the broken window. on the
Uninterrupted
second
long
floor.
rest.
It's not a very nice place.
Okay.
it's really not. It's,
Right.
it's a hovel.
Got
Very
it.
dilapidated.
Minor question.
Yes.
The boomerang, is that an actual attunement magic item, or is it just
The boomerang?
The boomerang's the returning.
No, not a chip.
Okay, cool. In the resting time, I'd like to attune to the Pearl of Power. And actually, I should say, does anybody else want that? It will regain your highest level spell
Yes.
up to the 4th level.
Do we have that discussion? I thought we had the discussion. You don't have to attune. You can pass it around.
True. All right. Good.
Okay.
I mean, obviously.
I'll look up that sword.
Yeah, I feel like us three are probably the ones that will
Be a
be
pass around.
most interested, but for now, I guess
four, I
whoever
would've
needs it
thought.
the most. Pardon?
You 4, I would have thought.
Pardon?
You 4, I would have thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Technically, all of you could use it.
I could, it's true, but
Yeah,
how
it's just in terms of we're relying more, like, us
Yeah.
are kind of relying more on spells.
Yep. Correct.
Do you want me to hold? I got the highest movement and can fly and drop it into people's
That
hands.
sounds
Hit
like a
die,
good
do
plan.
you just gain half your hit die on the rest round up, or what?
I roll for it usually.
roll
on a long rest, you get
Long rest, you just gain it back.
Long rest.
Yeah, but for spent hit die,
Yes,
just
you get
wanted
half the used.
half the use back, round up, or round down.
Oh.
Lovely, so I get 2 back. Just wanted to clarify that.
How many have you used?
All 3.
So as a thing for that
maybe
moon,
needs one.
for that moon touch sword, whoever wants to bother to attune to it.
Yo.
In darkness, the unsheathed blade of this sword sheds moonlight, creating bright light in a 50
Oh,
foot
cool,
radius,
so I don't need to use light on my shield. Great.
Like moonlight.
and dim light for an additional 15 feet.
It's only when orcs
It was a
nearby,
short
right?
sword, was it?
Yes, it's a short sword.
So it's just the usual D6 piercing finesse light, but it is a magic weapon, so I assume that does magic damage.
Yep.
Nice.
Is anybody using short swords at this point? You probably are. Is it?
The real question is, does Kip want it?
I theoretically can, but no, I'm fine without it.
Cool, I'll take it back.
Yeah.
Is it better than your rapier?
No. D6 of magic damage?
There's a free eternal light.
Yeah, are you
Eternal light,
Yeah.
rapier, and you can do two-handed.
Yeah.
So that's a win.
Oh my god, I can do two-handed and the crossbow.
You still need to reload.
Mage hand.
I have the mage hand.
You still need to reload with the hand.
Oh, yeah. Yep. I know.
You get someone to reach over.
For one turn, I
Yeah,
can
for
do
one
that.
shot.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want that sword,
Yes,
I think
absolutely.
you're the best person to have it.
I will
So,
take that.
Yeah.
Tune away, baby.
That's not a good sign weapon for
Moon
me.
touched sword. It's in D&D Beyond if you want it.
I'll attune to that ring, obviously.
Yep.
And the book if I have to.
You don't have to change the book.
Okay. I'll keep studying it in my free time. See if I learn anything from it.
Wow.
Well,
So we
I
away this morning.
we have some surveying to do.
Yes. 4 rocks. Thank you for clarifying that.
Yeah, I would have just been reading the book. What are we doing?
We're going to survey rocks, apparently. But as we all
sounds
know,
really
that's going to lead to shenanigans. The main thing for me is that will lead us to How Bizarre.
Is Gordar awake yet?
Yeah, he's just pottering around the kitchen trying to clean up what he did last night now he's sober.
Gordar,
Yeah.
what was the reward for that surveying quest?
No, apparently 2,000 gold.
Alright,
When I see
I'm
it.
in.
He looked pretty official though.
2,000 gold.
Suddenly, this got a
Oh,
whole
he
lot more
looks
interesting.
pretty official. Did you? That doesn't matter anyway. It's 2,000 gold.
Dollar signs just appear in Smoke's eyes. He's king.
All right.
Correct.
So we've got a few places that we
Oh,
can
that
go.
reminds me. He sort of pushes stacks of 50 gold across to each of you.
No.
What's this for?
For the job.
Do you have any way of posting this somewhere?
I could take it down to the post.
Can you send it
Snatch
to
mine before he says that.
Yeah.
What's,
Not bag it.
what's our island called? The way we came from?
Hawaii.
And that was a forest.
The forest was
Hawaii?
Hawaii.
Was it ever named?
No, we
It
don't
was
need
not.
it.
Oh,
I mean, we've got the Isle of Eldath, but we don't
The
actually have
forest.
the
Well,
island
we
of
did name
Eldath.
the forest.
Not the forest.
We know.
The island itself.
We know direction-wise, and we would know a name for it. I'll
Yeah, you
just
know
get him
the
to
name.
send it to the house of
Tugland.
my 50 to the House of Mercy.
Yeah.
I'm taking the 50.
Same.
We have 3,000.
I know, I'm still taking the 50.
Yeah, Smoke donates.
Especially considering they live off the land now and they've changed their ways. Smoke would have told you quite a bit.
Yep. So 100 gold's going there.
Yep.
Smoking my 50s.
You take this one for yourself. I'm gonna slide the 50 back to him.
I'm not going to argue.
But
I don't need it.
so if you're putting them in your own inventories, yeah.
Yeah.
You have to keep mine.
I'll just keep the bulk gold for the bag.
Yeah.
Sounds good. So we've got pass it all in.
Correct. Right. Shall we?
Yeah, go make some more money.
If any children go past, tell them to look at the note on the door, darling.
Can you stop sending them here?
They're going to be very valuable in time, I promise you.
They're a real pain in my ass right now, so
Well, if you weren't sitting down so often, you wouldn't feel the pain in the ass.
I guess I would if you met these kids.
Yes.
Or why don't you stay here and do them and I'll go out and venture and everything. Fine, I'll do the kids.
Game, set, and match.
Oh, if do you know anyone that's an art dealer in town?
Art dealer. Well,
Or
you'll find some of the
anything
high
of the
society types up to the north.
All right. Let's go.
Well,
Before we head off, is there enough time for Smoke to prepare his spells
Of course.
for the day?
Yeah, that's all part of your rest.
You probably started sleeping before us, so you'd be awake.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Well then, before everyone sets off, you know, I've found my way to a nice little woods, find just a little stream to attune, and Smoke would like to take one of the kittens with their permission. And
Please permission, the kittens or the party?
The kittens.
We don't care what you do with your kids.
the kittens.
Yeah, he's not asking us.
And just place it in his pocket so he can walk around with it.
Pocket kitten, smart.
I sure was sure I have a shirt with a little cat in the pocket.
Excellent.
I'll wear it next to it.
Not to self. Pocket.
I acquire one pocket kitten.
You have one pocket kitten.
Is it tuned?
Your bird looks
You-
unhappy.
He just keeps getting pets
I was thinking about this.
that aren't the hawk.
You get the sense that the hawk is a bit sick of your bullshit, but you he just lands in front of you and his wings go.
Oh, and I
It's a snack. For
found some food. I found some food. You know, go hunt for some food for Hawk
Yep.
because that probably hasn't eaten in a little while.
Which pocket is the kitten in? Hip pocket, is it in a breast pocket?
Breast pocket.
Hang out front.
Quick thing from Lady Seamstress.
Yes.
Just want to describe to her like a scabbard for a dagger around the wrist,
Yes.
adjustable. As I don't want to explain this, but my wrist size changes. So just strappable, please.
Sure, I can do that.
Thank you very much.
You mind
Do you have
notes when it
materials?
gets
I
cold too?
can purchase them, or I can leave you gold to purchase them in the town. Do you know roughly how much materials would cost for that?
Oh, I wouldn't imagine it would be much. The leather and material, probably a gold piece would cover everything.
Well, I'll leave her 9 gold. Get good leather.
Oh. Buy dragon's leather for this.
You're onto something. I like you. Dragon's leather it is.
Take a while to work, but okay, I'll see if I can find some.
All sounds lovely to me.
I'm going to go to the nearest place where I can find a shovel and probably a pickaxe.
There'd be a little add-on to the house where there is a little shed with bits and pieces.
Would I even know to look there?
Probably ask us.
I mean, probably it's a house with a shed on the side, like
Yeah.
a ramshackle house,
Yeah.
but yeah, you'd think the small garden.
Common sense would dictate that these things would be here.
Yeah.
Can you guys prepare, like, what is it, mold earth or whatever?
I don't have
that-
that. I
is
can,
that
I
just
can maybe
druid?
take like create or destroy water or something, but
Mulbert's a cleric, I think.
How have I not had destroy water?
I know, right?
I don't know why you don't have anything smart. You do you. However you do.
actually, you should take that one. That makes sense. Because I'm just having a
I
look
think
at
Mulbert's
this.
on there. You
So you do find some basket.
Digging tools.
It isn't on mine. It's not
I think it
yet.
would be a higher level spell.
Yeah, because I've only got second level spells currently.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Pretty much third level to mold earth.
speaking of, in all of our travels, have we leveled up?
Not yet.
With us.
Maybe after this mission, we'll see.
Okay.
Depends how well you do.
Alright, well, if we.
I think there's a cantrip if you're a druid from
Mold,
you know.
mold earth is a cantrip, yeah.
No, it's a druid cantrip.
Druid, sorcerer, and wizard. Sorry guys. I don't have it.
You can't swap out though.
Alright, well, you head off. Where are you heading?
Well, we've got options.
Look at rocks.
So we've got Insight Park, I have Cliffgate, the Basilisk Gate, so places that we actually visited on the way through to visit Lorien. Some fellow named Candle Hallow who runs a funeral hall somewhere. The Shrine of Suffering, the Black Dragon Gate, the Wheeland House, which is apparently currently abandoned. Well, fancy-ish.
Is it haunted?
No, I think they're just off on holiday at the moment.
On holiday, you say?
Yeah.
Quick question. Did someone tell us who gave this mission?
He said.
Just some random fellow that looks somewhat legit. But it's 2,000 gold, so I'm
How do
buying
we
it.
know how to get payment?
Are you going back and asking Gorda?
Yeah, let's go back and ask
Actually,
Gordon.
ask him, but like, I'm just more questioning like, who is the person that can actually give us more information about this mission, or is it like we finish it and he'll find us?
Yeah, do a point of contact.
I
Yeah.
mean, unless you ask Gorda, you wouldn't know.
Alright, let's.
Well, let's ask him
Let's
before
go.
we go.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think Halvazar's place first.
I think
because there's no
Halvazar.
business there. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, the last quarter.
Yeah.
Who actually gave you this mission, and who do we report to claim the gold in this situation?
Some man who said he'd know when it was done.
He said
Right.
he'd know when
Seemed
it was...
legitimate.
Well, I mean,
Were you
so
super
you
drunk
sometimes.
at the time when accepting this quest?
Yes.
That's a fair point, actually. You know what?
Let's
It's
start
2,000 gold. Let's go do
We'll start
it.
with
Have I ever
Helga's.
sent you on?
Probably.
Have I recently sent you on a mission that didn't pay? In the
Yes.
last week.
Yes, we had to forge a payment of 2 months of beer, actually, which you then stuffed up for yourself. So yes, you have, actually.
The last mission I sent you on was fine, right?
Fair point, well made, sir.
Yes.
Let's us away.
Come on, let's go.
Yes, off you go.
Alright.
Shall we go?
Halbazar's place.
How was that?
How bizarre.
How many other places that we're supposed to be visiting are we
Let's
going
see.
to in order to get
We
there?
have 1, 2, 3, 4.
The order I gave them to you in is basically a circle around the edge of Baldur's Gate. Starting from Insight Park, which is only probably a 20-minute walk from where your place is.
Did you say there was 6?
No, there's more than that one.
Alright, let's split up. 1 each.
10.
Yeah,
It was great for Cody in the stream. I fly to the
Makes it
furthest
so much
away
easier to
one.
kill you.
It's true.
Well, given that it's on the way, might as well go to Insight Park first.
We'll
I
do that.
fly right up and look at all the rocks at once.
They are all very rocky.
Sweet, done.
So we're looking for shale? No, slate.
Payment NPC, where are you?
Payment
I
NPC.
looked at the rocks.
That's what we call them. So we're looking to check if there's slate in these places.
Yes.
Alright, let's go to the first.
You're gonna have to educate me.
Slate's a very fine type of rock. It's
That'll take way
hard,
too
flat.
long. We just-
Hard and flat. I can work with that.
Hard, flat, very layery.
I can work with that.
Super Larry.
Like an ogre.
Yes. Or an onion.
Or an onion.
That's not confusing. We'll start looking for onions. Come on.
You find 10 onions.
Damn it.
Like this?
No. Alright, so where are we headed?
Insight Park, I think.
It's on the way, yeah.
Yeah, so you'd probably head straight down one of the main roads to the shoreline. You see some boats drifting through the harbour, heading in and out. And as you work your way around the shore, you do see the tree line starts again into what you know as Insight Park. In the middle, there's a fairly large fountain with quite a few people gathered around.
What do they seem to be looking at? Centre of? Looking at the fountain, or?
Yeah, there's as you get closer, you notice there's someone standing right in the centre of the fountain, being completely drenched. And everyone seems to be in a line waiting.
That normal.
Well, I've changed to non-old man clothes over the body, so trying to look nice. I'll step into the fountain.
So who are you?
Shade to shade. In proper clothes. I've shade to shade at the front.
Is that normal?
Darling, what are you up to there?
Oi, wait your turn, get to the back of the line.
I'm already in line.
I'm not. I didn't understand the concept. I'm from out of town. What's going on here?
He's having a look.
At water.
No, I'm around. Get in line, you work it out.
Let's get in line.
Yeah, while I'm in line, sorry.
Yeah, you go. I was going to say someone else.
While I'm in line, I sort of just tap on the person in the back shoulder and just, what's all this about?
Gonna have a look.
I look at what in particular?
All of it.
All of it.
Yeah.
All of what?
Everything.
Just
Probably
everything.
look at the ocean, see if I can see any ships further out.
Oh, so it's like a viewing point.
Yeah, well, what do you think it was?
I
Why
don't
else would
know.
be standing in the fountain?
I don't fucking know. That's why I asked.
I'm just gonna cut him right behind him. Like, oh, thanks for saving my spot.
Yeah.
Now you see the man in front of him sort of walk off with a big smile, and the next one walks up and stands at the fountain, starts getting drenched.
While they're lying up, can I talk to the guy that was in the fountain?
Yeah, he's walking off.
Yeah, I'll just hurry up next to him. But sorry, darling.
Yes.
What is the fountain? I'm from out of town. I don't understand it.
Looking point.
Yeah. What does that entail?
What do you mean?
I'm afraid the town I came from didn't have a looking point, as you call it, and I'm not sure what it does.
Well, you're standing and you can see around. It's like you're a bird in the sky.
I fly up above the fountain.
Are there other looking points in town?
This is the only one I know of.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So if I fly right up above, say like 50, 60 feet above the fountain, look down on it, or around at it, what do I see?
You see someone getting soaked in the middle of the fountain and people lining up waiting to do the same.
Normal stuff, I can't like see them.
No.
Can you see any slate?
No.
Well,
I'll just
No.
While Kip's flying up, I'll just ask him, you're first in line, you and Clary. Just take a look when you get up there.
Will do.
Sure.
When that's all lining up.
Sure. I got no idea what to expect.
I'm a pool
So
in that fountain.
That's a looking point. What would you expect?
You think it would
Exactly.
about half an hour to get to the front of the line?
During that time, I'm finding a secluded spot in Insight Park to dig.
Yeah, lots of copses of trees that are fairly secluded, especially if you go around the ones between the trees and the ocean.
Splash Mountain.
Yeah, I'm just digging away looking for slate
Yep.
with my shovel and pickaxe.
In the middle.
Smoke and the kitchen are assisting.
Roll with disadvantage.
Kittens moving around your feet while you're trying to dig.
God damn it. Why'd you do this to me?
Roll a dex save to not cut its head off.
Any stat out of that or no?
Strength or athletics?
How bad was it?
So, it's a 5.
I'm not wasting my compass on that.
No, you ain't.
It's fairly compacted soil here, near the edge of the water. You start digging, but it's just taking a while to get through.
Oh, Eldritch Blast, the spot he's digging.
Oh god!
Yep.
Can I roll with advantage because the ground is prone?
You can just roll your damage.
4.
Yeah, you
Take that, world.
this beam of light. What colour is all light this time?
That's white because I'm pretty bored by this task.
White light and just a shower of dirt explodes in your face. You see quite a few people, as you're still above,
Yeah.
quite a few people from the line
30 feet up.
turn around looking surprised and start craning their necks.
Alright.
A couple of them start wandering over.
It's alright, darlings.
Brilliant.
It's,
We're in the line.
it's just science, darlings. Don't worry too much about it.
I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to get back in line. If you've left, you're gonna have to,
I'm gonna just walk with you. Oi, what the hell are you doing?
Oh, we're...
Surveying!
Who gave you permission to survey here?
He
There's a guy that looked very legitimate.
Alright then. Turns and walks off, looks at the line and goes,
Did we shorten the wait time?
by
oh,
about
we did
5
for
minutes.
us.
Yeah.
Fixing a divot.
Council workers, I'll stand around there. Just my arms. Give me a shovel to lean on.
Oh, I'll give you the pickaxe. I haven't
Give me a
found the rock
stop
yet.
sign.
You get like a slight magical apparition, a nice coffee appears in your hand.
Oh boy, do I drink.
If I was Union?
Always.
Or nothing.
Or nothing.
The kitchen is just like directing traffic.
Eventually some time goes past, you feel your pickaxe hit something fairly hard.
Okay.
You brush it back, it does look like a very slaty stone.
Very slatey stone. Cool and good.
I'm gonna change that no to a yes.
And you get to the front of the line.
Well, ladies first.
Very well, and I'll hop on into the fountain.
Yep, so it's a series of steps that lead up to it. You walk your way up and there's a fountain in the middle that just comes up from a hole. It's about a foot below and you step into it. And you feel your head surrounded by what feels like an oxygen bubble, and then you just feel like it starts floating. And you look down, you can see your body there, but you're floating up to the sky.
Oh,
You get to
okay.
about 150 feet and you've just got free movement to look around in 360 degrees, and you can see all the Baldur's Gates sprawling on one side and the ocean on the other side.
Oh,
What are you looking for?
that's the thing. What am I looking for? Because the thing is,
It's quite
okay.
impressive for those who haven't flown to just be floating above.
Not slate.
Yeah,
We know it's there.
I might go see what the others are doing and see that they've found Slade. So I know that that's taken care of. How long do I have?
Well, people have been going in a minute or two.
All right.
You
You
just
know
don't
what?
angle the line,
That's what
basically.
you got in there. You're like, this is important.
I want to go ahead and see if I can find the old manor.
Yes. Yep, you can see it. To the far west, in the upper city,
Yep.
beyond the wide, you can see the top of the, would be the east wing
Yep.
and the spire on it.
Is it looking very dilapidated? It's still in good shape. You know,
It's looking like it's been looked after by someone.
looked after. Okay.
You probably know it would have been taken as an asset of the city.
Okay.
Not re-inhabited, but looked after and preserved.
Nice. All right. I'm gonna head on out.
Yep. It's a strange feeling. Stepping forward, your head just sort of snaps back down to ground level, and in front of you, you just see the steps.
That
Well, that was
reality.
interesting. And I'm gonna go ahead and walk out
Yep.
and hopefully dry off somewhere.
I'll walk in.
I don't have
You step in and you feel the air bubble form around you. You just
It's
float
fine,
up,
you just-
look down,
wait.
see yourself in the line waiting behind you till you get to about 150 feet above the
Nice.
ground.
I'm just going to look around if there's anything interesting, but if there's anything specific I'm going to look for, I'll just see if my ship's anywhere to be seen.
Not yet. No,
Yeah.
you do see quite a bit of traffic up this high coming in through the Shanthar River. In fact, right up here you can see far in the distance a tiny line crossing it, which is the Worms Crossing. But beyond that, it's just normal traffic. If your boat was that far away, you probably wouldn't be able to tell it is that.
Yeah.
Do cars have
Nice.
to stop when
Do I
there's
s-
worms at the worm crossing?
Sometimes.
It'd take ages.
The signs, it says Worm Drake Crossing.
I was thinking what was it like WY?
Do I see any
That's
slate?
way less funny.
You see a very small portion of slate that seems to be blasted out of the ground down below.
Nothing new. I'm going to walk out.
Yep. You walk out completely saturated, and the next person
Just
behind
refresh the
starts
hangover.
lighting up.
No, it fucking doesn't. Still hungover.
So you discern there is slate here?
Yeah.
Correct.
Do we want to take a small portion of it as proof?
Yes.
I don't know if that's a thing this guy wants. We really
Well,
don't
I mean, I'm
know.
going to.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a chunk of slate if I can.
Yeah. Probably
some
a
of
little bit of pickaxe just to
Yeah.
chip a bit off.
Yeah. Then, like, as soon as he's done doing that, if like they weren't like in the fountain yet, he's just watching them transfixed, just like.
I like that you think what they're doing is weird. When you dug a hole in the middle of a city and pulled some rock out, I was like, "This is what I needed."
I'm getting paid to do this.
It's true. Can I take the boomerang and just scratch one into that piece so we know where we got it from, and then put it in the bag of holding unless anyone wants to carry it?
Nah.
No.
No.
Good.
Yeah, I don't want to be flying around with a rock in my pocket.
No, I didn't think so.
Walking back up to the rest of the group, just dripping wet.
Well, Clary, where to now?
What colour's your shirt though?
It's black armor. But I do have a white.
Starting to rust.
It's somewhat white, but it's mostly black, so I'm all good.
So you collect your sample, you
It'll wet t-shirt contest.
step out, start drying off in the sunlight.
Kip wins.
What's everyone doing next?
JJ might win.
What's everyone doing next? You've got your sample.
Next
Cliff
location.
Gate, I think.
Yeah, the next closest place on the way to.
I think it's Cliff Gate.
Yeah, Cliffgate's not far at all from here.
Cool.
You work your way up. It's just a very standard entry gate. This one leads to the cliffs that look over the Shanthar River. There are a couple of guards. There's not much traffic. There's some fishing caravans going in and out. There's not even a line at this gate.
Can I ask one of the guards? We've been sent to survey the area and look for slate. Is there any way you could direct us to where slate might be around here?
Who are you?
My name is Lana.
Who sent you?
I say in a much more clear tone than that.
A very official looking man.
Thank you.
Worked before.
Who sent you?
You just told
Official
me.
guy.
Which one?
Mr. Official. Captain Official. The General.
We have
General
Come
Captain.
back with papers.
Peppers.
Hey,
if Colbert were here.
You'll probably be executed.
True. All right, I'll go back to my office and I'll get my papers, but I don't particularly want to have to walk that far. But
Is there anything?
Not my problem.
Is there anything illegal about digging a hole because you want to dig a hole? It's fun.
Inside the city gates there is destruction of property.
That's fair.
Dig outside all you want.
That's fair.
well,
Smoke goes to dig outside.
I can go back to the office and get papers if we want, and I'll try not to look at the guards directly, but I'll wink at whoever I'm talking to.
I mean,
I
that's
spotted it. It was very
So
subtle.
why are you winking at me?
paperwork.
You can you feel free to dig outside, I guess, while you're waiting, but I'll be back soon.
Always with the bureaucracy. Very well.
I just want to go around a corner somewhere
Yeah.
and find like a barrel to ride on.
Yeah, there'd be plenty of stuff around here. This is still Lower Brampton, so there's lots of refuse.
Well, you to write on a barrel and give it to him.
No, I saw the paper that old mate had, so I have seen an example of it, and I have calligrapher's tools and proficiency in it, so I'm just going to write up exactly what he wrote, but sign it with, what was the signature we got? The barkeep. Yeah, just sign it with his signature.
Just right, I can do what I want.
If you want an official looking signature.
Unless the official one was already signed.
The official.
The one that old mate had for this target.
Surely I'd know some kind of official sounding name.
It was just like it looked like a sheet that he'd had written notes on.
God damn it.
So I haven't seen an example of this.
Who's the owner of the spot we want to dig?
The city? The mayor.
Definitely.
Alright.
I mean, I've
my
rapport
plan.
with one mayor, but he's not here right now.
My name could be used to pull around a weight, but also then an arrow in my back. So,
I can catch him.
I don't know of any. Are there any surviving members of my family?
There's one.
Eh.
I'd just like to point out we are all standing around a barrel.
Oh no, I'm still at where the guard is.
I mean,
Damn.
surely I would know some kind of random official's name from my time of dealings with the city.
Yeah.
Alright.
We know Lorian's name.
Can I check the barrel for wizard?
There's a very dead wizard in it, as you go. Stinks.
My silver sword.
Smoke goes to check for boots.
Ooh.
Silver sword.
Yeah, silver sword.
Boots.
Where?
Brandon silver sword.
There's no actual wizard in there.
Oh,
My Brandon silver sword.
I'll try and draw up as an official letter as I can that we are surveyors for the city.
Performance check to see how we can draft the letter.
Good
Get
guidance.
advantage with your calligrapher's tools.
1. 18. Performance is 24, 25.
Yep, you look at it. Clara looks at it. It looks as official gets.
Yep.
The only thing missing is the actual seal.
Yep.
But you just kind of have to hope at this point that he won't notice that.
Yep.
Because everything else looks so good.
I'll take some time behind there and I have an idea. I'll try and run on the spot a bit to try and make it look like I've walked far and I'm tired and pissed off at this point. And then
Yep.
we'll emerge with the letter and I'll stomp up to him.
Just aimlessly digging
Hold
with
his
the
face.
pickaxe.
Roll persuasion with advantage.
Keeps me juggling knives.
Not helping.
With
13.
guidance.
Yep, sure. 19, 20, 30.
Yep. He looks at you, looks at it, snatches it, and looks it over.
Are we square?
Fine. Next time, make sure you bring it with you. Don't waste my time.
Waste your time?
Yes.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
If you want to waste your own time, that's on you.
Definitely.
If you want to dig.
I want to drink.
So all the spots, were they all gates?
Sorry?
Were they all
A
gates?
couple of them were, not all of them. So.
Gates and parks and stuff.
3 of them were gates, I think.
Yeah.
The Black Dragon Gate, the
We've also got the Basilisk
Cliff Gate, and the Basilisk Gate.
Can I maybe do an investigation or insight or history check as to what benefit knowing Slate is under the hill would bring? If it's for someone maybe attacking the city or...
I was thinking something.
Yeah, insight.
Oh.
Yeah. It might be transmutable or something.
Here's my Tides of Chaos. That's
The fact that it's all in a
22.
specific
22.
ring.
The only thing you pick up really is the fact it seems to all be on the outskirts of the city and a loop around it. Slate doesn't have any sort of inherent tactical properties other than the fact it's being very strong. If you were to mine it, you could build really good walls out of it. If a druid was to craft it, it would make strong walls pretty immediately. So in theory, the only thing you can think of is maybe you could block the gates quite quickly with it if you merge the stone.
Okay. I'm going to keep that
If
to
that's the
myself.
shape of the city, can you mark the points with a north point at the top of the page as to where it is? I've got a thinking idea that
So I reckon that we're just doing this for a druid who, when the world goes to hell, is just going to massively stone shape a big ass wall around Baldur's Gate.
Either that, or it's a cult, and it's going to be things.
Down
lots
instead
of
of up.
concerns, but this is just a visual.
But for now, it's 2,000 gold. I'm going with it.
Yeah, right.
And plus, once we find out who I'm getting paid by, we can then also find out more about exactly who we're dealing with, and perhaps either infiltrate or dispose of.
Yeah.
But,
I got given the note by one Zabriel.
Sign Z.
Disposing, is that all you think of?
No, I think of food.
Fair enough.
I think of drink.
But
enough
one
for
does
him.
have to recycle
Knives.
properly if you want to care for the environment.
Yeah, weren't you just digging a hole? I thought you were doing that for your own disposal.
Okay.
Oh,
Not what I was thinking, but
no, breakfast is not filling. It's not sitting
So
well
you
with
start digging. Takes some time, but yeah, you do get to Slate here as well.
Ah, cool.
I was concerned we were looking at one of these situations.
That would be weird, yeah.
The old standard occult symbol.
What was the place called again?
Just for the record,
This is Cliffgate.
I didn't share that insight with anyone.
No.
Not yet.
Alright,
I was just wondering.
I want to see what you guys do.
Basilisk Gate up next.
Sounds fun.
That's the
Well,
next
did
one.
we actually de-hear and find Slate?
Yes, we
Okay,
did.
sorry, I
Yep.
missed that.
We got
And now we have the paperwork to prove it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've whacked away a chunk of it. We have
Same thing.
a sample.
Got a little 2 on it.
Boomerang, put a 2 in the bag, and now we have a letter. He had it
From
back.
Brandon
He did.
Silversword. Name I randomly pulled it. Am I off?
Hells yeah.
Next location was is that
Basilisk Gate, which we passed by earlier to go see Lorian.
Perhaps we'll find another snake.
No.
No.
Hope not, but sure. Maybe.
You keep
Why
going
not? The kitchen is like,
north, up around the edge of the city. Eventually, you see the giant stone head of the basilisk mounted on the top of the gate. This one does have a lineup of people, because you not go straight through to the other smaller keeps and all the way to the Worms Crossing.
I'm hefting a pickaxe on one shoulder and a shovel on the other.
Yep. The lineup probably goes back about 200 or 300 metres from the gate.
That's quite a fair distance.
Yep. This time of morning, it's when everyone's getting ready to trade, so they're checking everyone off at the gate to let them out to go to their posts.
I feel like we're better off waiting.
I don't particularly want to schmooze my way anymore.
No.
That running on the spot really did me in. Just want to have a rest.
Short rest, let's go.
Just pull one out.
I mean, to be honest, we had a short rest in the line.
oh, when you guys want to have a short rest.
We're not in danger of a Medusa, would we
We
want to
did
do
just have
that?
a lovely sleep. How was yours?
It's very nice.
Good.
One thing you do notice is the line seems to be along the eastern gate to the north. Past the gate, there is no line up at all.
So no one's coming in.
A couple of people are filtering in, but the lineup is only on one side of the gate, so the other side of the gate is completely clear.
Well, that makes
express
sense.
lane.
It's kind of like a gated community kind of thing.
Yeah. And otherwise you'd have people arguing about who was there first as they filter through.
Alright, let's wait in line.
I think we just genuinely wait.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
For once.
For once, we are going to follow the rules,
Okay, yeah.
which is very rare.
I fly over the gate.
There it is.
I'm not queuing for hours. Are you crazy?
It takes about 2 hours to get to the front of the line.
Oh,
They're doing very thorough checks on all the stock going in. Once again, you notice that any animals are being taken and kept within the city gates. Or you've flown over.
Smoke just backs up, very holding the kitchen very protective.
The only things that seem to be getting let through are horses. But they're very carefully looking over them.
Smoke, as we get closer, if you just want to pop the kitten in a bag, as long as it's not in there for more than
Not in the bag.
Bag of holding.
as long as it's not in there for more than 10 minutes, we'll be fine.
Roll a perception check for me.
12.
You notice that the horses are being let through. The head of the guard pulls out a looking glass and looks over them, and then puts it away before giving them the okay.
We'll stick with the mirror and look under them.
No bombs on this horse.
I'll message anything I think is pertinent down to them.
Before we get up to
Including-
close to the point where they're checking, Smoke will
1 hour, 45 minutes later.
Smoke will stealthily pass, hand the kitten over to Ruse to put into the bag of holding.
It's on my back and it's open. You just pop it.
Pops it in.
I mean, you have seen some people walking out with their pet dog that accompanies them. You've seen them turn around and walk back in with it. They're not confiscating animals unless people are leaving the city.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it looks like you could stay inside the walls if you wanted, but
Well,
I guess that depends if they're bothered by the kitten. If they don't want the kitten to leave, you may have to stay, or you may have to forego the kitten.
It's really a question of, has he done any digging up to this point? Does he even need to be there?
I would like Smoke to be there.
I would too, but is it necessary?
well, all for one, one for all. You know what they say.
I don't.
Well, I said that.
Whatever it is, it's making me feel bad.
Who was next?
Hurry up and get through the gate, losers!
We're going shopping.
So bored.
We need to do some surveying outside the city. We'll be back in shortly.
Okay, through the checking station.
Yep. What do we got?
Not disturbed by the fact that I have a bleeding hand that I'm currently bandaging up from knife juggling and failing.
What?
I'm at disadvantage on ability checks. I'm still exhausted.
He's not stupid and he thinks you are.
It's very fair.
It's like if you want to cut yourself up, it saves me doing it later.
Excellent. I'm just bandaging my hand up.
Anything to declare?
Nothing but my sanity.
Any animals with you?
No. Apart from this one.
I
He said he
am a
was fine.
Tabashi, thank you very much. Admirable.
Alright,
I declare that they're doing a good job.
they come over and start patting you down. Where do you have the bag of holding?
It's on my back, where you wear a bag.
That's such attitude.
None of them seem to recognise what it is. So they pat you over, they ask you to open your bag.
Sure. I open the side pockets.
Yeah. What did they see in there?
A lot of knives in the side pockets. Probably what I have on the outside.
Maybe some of the potion supplies or something.
A drum on the outside. the containers of an entertainment pack.
A broken.
You see a look of confusion on their faces, the pockets just don't seem to make sense, but they're like, okay, with those knives, alright, off you go.
Two giant tapestries.
Back in the room.
Eventually you'll get through.
Back. Yep.
You're now to the entrance of Stony Eyes.
Right.
Start digging.
Shovel boy.
Yep. How far in do you go before you start shoveling?
Is that pertinent?
Well, yeah, if you decide to go 10 kilometres in, it's very pertinent.
Okay, yeah, no, not that far.
Are you in the gate? Are you 10 feet out? Are you 100 feet
It
out?
specifically said Basilisk Gate.
Yeah, so
Close
like,
by to the actual gate.
yeah,
But not so close to the actual checkpoint.
yeah,
I've said to them
You
we're
do have a
surveying.
witness to show you.
yeah,
Well, I've said to them that surveying. We've shown them the letter.
Next to the
like,
gate.
anywhere within like 10 to 20 feet. Like I'll start.
gate's
It's
still,
quite
like,
large.
right
If you
in the
wanted
middle
to,
of the
you could
path.
probably dig a hole in the middle if you wanted to.
Grab a knife and throw it into the ground and go, there.
Yeah, let's do that.
They watch
it,
you, and the
friends.
guy coming goes, careful, don't dig up too much. Don't want to break any carts.
Oh, of course, darling. We'll fill in after.
Throw the knife to the side of the road, there.
You see him call out, everyone hold, you got 10 minutes.
Dig.
Yeah, I will dig my hole.
Yep. Roll a strength check for me or an athletics check to see.
Do you want a hand?
Yes,
I'll give him a hand.
emphatic.
Do you want me to do
Plus
it?
guys.
Do you want a guiding hand?
Even better.
With a D4.
Where the default?
Athletics?
3 damage
Yes,
from Eldritch
23.
Blast.
23.
You got 23 or you did?
I did.
What did you get?
I didn't roll.
I just grabbed the
I just palmed off to him.
Yeah, I just grabbed it.
Digging and hit it a couple of times, Kid just kind of goes, grabs it. The guy kept looking mildly impressed. Nods. About 7 minutes later, you're done.
The council only hires the best, darling.
Slate.
Is that slate?
Yes.
Perfect.
Cool.
7
Found some
minutes.
slate.
Turns out we're actually looking for a guy called Slate the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, so I said you would look for Slate. Yeah, we have 6 pieces of slate. Did you see a man called Slate? We didn't ask.
We were told to survey rocks.
I knew he'd been one of those locations. Which one was he at?
We dig, we find a body. Wait, is this Slate?
So you get your sample, you've got 3 minutes to fill in the hole. And
Yeah.
That shouldn't take
about a
too
minute and a half before you've got a dead kit in your bag of holding.
Thank you.
I've forgotten about it, so
Yeah.
until someone reminds me.
Smoke hasn't. Smoke reminds.
Smoke's just sitting there going,
Oh yes. Sorry, darling. I'll take it out, just let it breathe a little bit, just popping its head out, facing it away from the guards. When I've heard it's had some breaths, put it back in. Because if they see us with the friggin' cat, you're in trouble.
I have a freaking
Got a sleight of hand on
What
that?
did they?
yeah, you want to roll something on that?
It just.
I'm not.
I don't impress them enough that they are looking.
Does not beat the guy captain's natural 20.
No, I didn't think so. But
And I'm not
just popping its
wasting.
head out and then putting it back in.
The guy captain sort of looks sharply at you for a moment,
I start coughing. Smoke starts coughing really loudly.
and then he just steps back and looks away.
Family pet, darling.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Alright, next one, shall we?
Hole's filled in. What's
It
next?
doesn't leave the gate.
Well, I didn't mean for it to leave the bag unless it died. You wouldn't want that on your conscience now, darling.
I wouldn't want you to lie at a checkpoint either. Hurry up, get out of here.
Cool. Going. I'll take the
I
cat.
think the next one is some fellow named Candle Hallow Funeral Hall, or did I miss one?
Thorn whip.
No, that's right, Candle Hallow's funeral arrangements.
Yep.
Not far at all from the gate, along the main road.
Is it inside or outside the gate?
Inside, it's part of the main city in the lower city.
Do we do any more checkpoints? We were pushing our luck on.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Word's gonna get around.
So you make your way up, it only takes about 10 minutes from where you are. There's a funeral home, fairly simple and drab. Just says exactly what you expect on the front, Candle Hallow's funeral arrangements. some wreaths of flowers in the windows.
Who's running the show, or is anybody at a desk?
There's not at a desk. There is an older man in what looks like a black robe fluttering around.
Are you the Undertaker, darling?
I'm Mr. Candlehallow.
Pleasure to meet you, Mr. Candlehallow. My name's Alana. We have business to survey the area, and we're looking for slate. Do you mind if we dig?
It's usually me that does the digging.
True, we'll take some work off your hands then. But
What
you
do
would
you
know
need
in
to
the
do?
area, for graves, slate would be a bad thing, surely.
Oh yes.
Is there an area where you know you can't dig because there is slate?
Never dig inside the city.
Fair point.
Sometimes I've taken to the northern districts to dig up there for them, but that's usually on a home or a chapel.
Then around near your shop where you don't actually put graves, not shop, you know what I mean, near the funeral hall, is there an area where we could perhaps dig looking for slate?
Mortuaries downstairs.
That makes sense. The bottom story might be slate. Would we be welcome down there?
What business do you have here?
Do you sell eyeballs?
No.
Okay.
Sell eyeballs.
Been trying to get
I'm
something
getting
out.
this actually.
9.
Surely he doesn't.
10?
That'd be horrible.
That would be horrible.
But yeah, showing a letter of surveying.
Alright, yeah. Come on then, I'll show you down.
Just distracting him from the weirdness of the situation. I'd like to ask if there's anybody that's disappeared recently towards where the clerics were, anybody that travelled out there that's been disappeared, because I figure he'd heard of deaths or had burials without bodies maybe.
I have people every day coming in here asking me if I had anyone turned in.
Anyone, this seems rude I'm sure, but anyone of particular importance?
Usually they don't come to me if they are.
That
I work in the lower quarters.
It happens every day. Shall we?
Handing off a pick to what's his face? Yes.
I will dig.
Yep. I will assist. Take your advantage.
Exhausted, so it's flat roll, but at a +3.
where all the mortuary
What do we want?
Nothing
Advantage
weirder
or
than
+3?
what you expect. There are a series of candles that light it that don't seem to be going out, but that's fairly common to have eternal candles.
Smoke will just wander around just to see if there's any figures possibly
Just
in the
assume.
area. Possibly
It's like
keeping an eye on the party and suspicious peoples.
No one seems to be following.
13.
For-
Athletics to dig.
It's slower going here. It looks like the stone's being worked over the top, but you do eventually get through, and there is a bit of slate under here.
Cool.
Found some slate.
Cool. Take a bit.
Did someone say mold earth was a cantrip?
Yeah.
And did you take it, Smoke? Or did someone take it?
You can't
Druid, sorcerer,
Can't do
wizard.
stone?
You can't prepare cantrips. Like
No.
you have to learn
You
them.
have to have it
Yeah.
selected and get
Yeah,
out.
It's not like
I've got mending and
Yeah, you looked at Thorn Whip as the druid one.
Carve a bit.
Again, number on that bit. Just wondering, would mending perhaps fix the floor of this poor man? Would you be willing to try?
Fill in the hole first.
Sorry, I didn't realize you're on council, Smoker.
Give him his shovel back.
Smoke uses mending to assist.
Yeah, once you pile the roller back in, you mend it, and it sort of doesn't quite line up anymore, but it goes back to a flat surface.
Good. Nice.
Not gonna be dropping any bodies down here.
After having to take samples, this is the best we could do to repair it. Sorry, but
That's alright.
Do I see any spare eyeballs around?
You see a series of steel doors in the walls.
Depends on your definition of spare.
It's true.
if he asked
Nothing.
that
That makes
question for
sense.
eyeballs, with a passive of 20, do I see eyeballs?
No.
Aw.
You notice that there are a lot of lockers here that would probably have bodies that are still ready to be prepared, which would probably have eyeballs in them.
Not for sale, though, apparently.
Of course not.
Just a quick eye to Tom to make sure you were right to go.
Yeah, I'll find some eyeballs.
Don't you worry about that.
Alright,
By the end of this day, there will be eyeballs in my pocket.
next location, progress manager.
Shrine of Suffering, I believe? Is that the next one? No, this one.
Sorcerer's Sundries.
Sorcerer Sundries. Oh, that's the one. Yeah. Cool. I knew I was missing one because I was like, there's 10 of them. I've only got 9 wings.
How far are we from Hal Bazaar?
Not far at all.
Right, so that's next on the list or something.
That is next on the list, and you're probably the same distance as you are from the Basilisk Gate to here, to Sorcerer Sundries.
Well, we'll go there. Knock these off.
Equidistant.
Sounds like a place for me.
Just tell me where to dig.
As we're walking, is there any... I get, like, Smoke had a good idea, actually. Is there anybody that we can spot following us?
With your passive investigation, no one seems to be following you.
They just assume we're legit.
No, it's more just, you know, if this suspicious fellow has asked us to do it. True. What's the proof we just got all 6 pieces of slate from the same location? Slating everyone. You good?
Is there any truth?
The thing is, the first place we went to had that fountain. Think about it.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
I'm lost.
Yep.
There are many means of scrying on people.
Alright.
One of them being in public property and open for use.
Alright.
Also poo.
They can use magic to look at us.
You're talking about magic. This is magic. This is me you're talking to.
Yes, but basically it's likely that even if we aren't being directly followed, we are probably still being watched by something.
Magically.
Somewhere.
Just tell me.
Which is why we probably shouldn't fudge our rolls, or fudge our digs in this case.
Well, on that, just as far as we're probably being watched or similar, do you mind sending me a message, Donk?
Hello.
So I can reply. What if we didn't take a piece of slate from one of them to see if they would actually know if we took slate from all areas? Just in case it is an insidious thing, we can, you know, give them the, yes, we definitely slate everywhere.
I'm up for it.
Just in case, as a bit of collateral.
I'm about it.
It might not matter, they might just need to know that there is slate there, but just as far as samples, you can have 6 pieces, just one of them not be slate.
I'll send
You
that
mean
around as a
9?
message so everyone can hear it without being
Okay.
overheard.
There's so many.
Yeah, everyone gets that thing to the head.
Sure. Thoughts?
Alright.
Makes sense to me.
Just in case,
I'm
because
just a digger.
suspicions are suspicions. And
You go for the last one, so then if they do chase us up on it, we can always go back and get it.
Sure.
So Sorcerer Sundries.
Yep, yes indeed.
So you have to head a little bit more in, but only a couple of small streets back. And ahead of you see a very large round building with a colourful roof. And you see, as you approach, magical lettering that says Sorcerer Sundries flash across. Then it seems to explode into gold pieces that trickle down onto the ground, bounce off and disappear. Then it happens over and over again.
I rush in.
That's pretty neat.
That's very neat.
Hello and welcome!
we're here to dig.
Hello.
Hello there,
Do you
darling.
sell eyeballs?
I might. For the right price.
Human or Medusa, preferably.
No?
Okay. Well, unrelated, what's your favorite number of gold pieces? If you could write it down on a piece of paper.
Honestly, I would never make you roll persuasion. You just had
That's 50 down and slides it across to you.
That's a
For the
steal.
human or the...
That's not steep at all from a
Of
juice.
course I don't have human eyeballs.
Ah, I'll put 50 in a bag and slide it.
One moment, please. I just need to go and check what I've got out the back. Check inventory, all that. Don't steal. I will know. I take off out the back.
How many knives are in this store?
Good question. I will find out for you.
How shiny are they?
Yeah, I'd like to window shop.
There are no knives.
Yeah.
Browse while
I
these...
like to
lucky
just have a
lady.
look around.
Are there any knife-looking jewellery pieces?
I mean, I can go through everything that's in the store if you like.
Oh, he can too.
We'll wait till they come back and we'll go through it legitimately. But if there's no immediate knives,
Yeah.
business.
He comes back and he's like, "So you rascal, there's no gold in this bag. A human eyeball, I don't want this."
Sweet. Rats! Foiled again.
Quite a prankster. Good one, sir. Good one.
I have no idea what
Looking, just having a window shop, was there anything like monk specific around in this shop?
Also do not know.
Any staffs that could
Yes, studded leather armor of resistance.
Don't wear arms.
Oh.
Monks can't wear armor, but I know someone that does.
What about a ring of earth element command?
That would be very fun.
I mean, that'd be cool.
Only 31,000 gold pieces. Okay.
31,000? Just missed.
How much is the studded leather armor?
Will you accept this kitten in return?
6,050 gold pieces.
Damn it.
High prices in here.
Is there anything for 16 gold pieces or less?
I have a pick, a miner's pick, but it looks like I've got one of those. A hooded lantern for 5 gold pieces, 5 silver pieces for this lamp over here.
You got any potions?
Exclusive whilst he scrolls inventory.
No.
Damn.
Pages.
Do you have any catnip?
I think you need to see an alchemist for that.
Do you have any catnip for not cats?
You just want some nip.
Is that what they call it here?
I heard this in Candlekeep. A lot of the bookkeepers use it. It's called arcane.
It's called Sex Panther.
Ah, here that works almost every time.
There's very much a percentage on that.
Wait, hold on.
I know where the joke's from, but I've never watched the movie.
11 did not work that time.
No,
I had a minor look around your store. I do apologise for being a nosy beak, but
What the store's for?
I have a penchant for lovely knives. You don't have anything out the back, do you?
No knives here, no. More magical oddities.
Well, there's nothing wrong with a magic knife, is there?
No, I don't think so, but not at the moment.
All right.
How about a crossbow?
Well, not to my liking, unless there's a knife that shoots out of it.
is it?
You could try. I wouldn't suggest it.
Isn't it a
I'll give that a go.
Isn't it a hand crossbow?
It's
by
a
chance?
light crossbow.
Damn it.
I'm proficient in that.
No, this robe. I'm sure it'll be very useful.
What does it do, darling?
It has useful items.
I'm interested.
Ooh, you've got a trinket, boy.
Is it purple?
Well, you said you wanted daggers. I'm sure there's a couple in there somewhere.
I'm sure there's a couple in mine too. Reveal it. There's just way too many daggers.
Is there margarita glasses in there by chance?
Not that I've ever come across.
Why would that be a thing? What are you talking about that one?
Pizza glasses. I did see
How
a
much
couple
is
of
the robe?
dogs in there once.
Oh, that's we've got dogs. They're on another island, though.
Yeah, I want the robe. How much is it?
Oh, this one only 12,100 gold pieces.
Why?
How much do we have?
Not quite that much, but we're working on it.
How fast can you guys run?
Not fast
As
enough.
fast as you can fly, darling.
So get the digging done first anyway.
Oh yeah, we're here to dig, by the way.
Very good question. We are surveyors for the city currently, and we need to do some digging for slate. One of the locations we were asked to dig is your shop.
Oh, really? And who sent you?
We
Mr. Official!
Brandon
Brandon
Silversword?
Silversword.
That's the one. We got documentation.
You mean the owner of the Merchants Guild?
Yes.
Yeah, they're looking for slate.
They're doing some surveying.
How much do you plan to pay me to believe you?
well,
16 gold pieces.
Good to know that he's had an mention. Thank you.
50 was your favourite.
I'll take one of the tapestries out of the bag, just lift it out.
Mary Poppins.
A bit of prop work there, guys.
Oh, Mary Poppins, y'all!
And I'll fluff it out with all the flowers and be like, how about this?
Gonna fix it up when you're finished?
What, the tapestry or the floor?
Oh, hopefully both.
I jest. Of course, we'll do our best to fix it up, but we do need to take a sample.
Certainly. Do well struck.
I have no idea if we ever paid for that, but I don't feel like we need a tapestry, so...
Yeah. It's fine.
Where do you propose? Do you have a basement that would be...
Just here's fine if you're going to fix it up. Let me lock the door.
Is it a stone floor?
Ah, yes.
Okay, that was a pretty important question.
Yeah.
Just digging into a wooden floor. Oh, can't fly fly. Can't see any fly from here.
He goes over and locks his door, puts the closed sign around. Magically,
Right, get to it from.
gold stop.
Alright, let's get this go.
While they're doing that, roaming around the store, is there anything else of interest?
14?
Yes.
Anything specific you're looking for as far as weapons, scrolls?
Scrolls.
I'm actually looking at rings, if I might.
Yeah, rings.
Yes.
Rings sound good. Rings, scrolls, cows.
Anything that is under a 4-digit number in price.
Yes. Anything that I could
That
afford
narrows it.
for.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, narrow it down by price then.
Yeah, that would be good.
Would be a good idea, yeah?
We got 3.
Anything that perhaps aids in stealth or
Alright, so
concentration in
Maybe
particular.
some.
basically looking for common items then.
Basically.
I assume so, if that's what price cuts us down to.
So you find a scroll of Bane, scroll of Chromatic Orb, scroll of Colour Spray,
Nice.
scroll of Detect Evil and Good, scroll of Unseen Servant, and scroll of Witch Bolt. He seems to have some Alchemist Fire as well behind the counter. Some basic scale mail, a set of Thieves' Tools carefully concealed on one of the shelves, a scroll of Blade Ward, Control Flame Scroll, Friend Scroll, and Frostbite Scroll. Beyond that, most of them are just fairly generic furnishings. There's some beds, some chairs, some lamps, some blocks. If you go up a little bit, it does have some things more in the price range, like Scroll of Mind Spike, Scroll of Hypnotic Pattern, and Scroll of Clairvoyance. Other than that, the one thing you find that looks very interesting, and is within your price range with a small handwritten sign that says 640 gold, is Scroll of Find Greatest Steed.
Ooh.
Oh.
Mr. Shiny.
It was a pretty great steed.
Beyond that, there is one there for 2,250 gold, which is a Frostbrand Greatsword.
Ooh, okay.
Oh.
No rings?
No rings.
I wish any of us used great swords.
I mean, I can.
So
That would be good, but I can't.
she's not around.
Damn. Actually, technically.
Imagine me flying with a great sword, just like can't like quite. Just like,
What's the
I
damage?
can take a great sword.
One of the more interesting
I can.
things you see as a wizard is that in a black small cabinet, seems to be sealed with several arcane locks, is a scroll of Finger of Death. Seems to be floating and spinning in a slow circle. So
How much is that?
Too much.
got 6,150 gold.
I'm saving up for that.
I've got like my hands and face pressed against
So
the glass.
just like,
The bill's just flat.
I'm just like looking at Tom going, yes, we need to get this.
Oh no.
So scroll of friends, was it? One of the.
There is a scroll of friends.
Yes.
Perfect. It's literally the only thing that Smoke would probably be interested in out of all of
So
them.
what's the other
So
song?
how much was that?
My 20 gold pieces.
Oh crap! I gave mine.
I
feel a bit of
do that
regret,
for
so-
you. I can do friends for us.
Yeah, what are the other ones, sorry?
It's free.
Was there Frostbite?
Frostbite's on there, yes.
The sword. Frostbrand Greatsword.
No, there was a scroll of Frostbite.
Frost something, but I can't find it in mine.
There was a scroll of Frostbite for 20 gold pieces.
The sword.
It works like shocking grasp,
I'm
except
looking for the-
with frost, I believe. Yeah.
Yep.
Is there a small drum? Because I broke mine.
You know that you could just have
You ain't even mending.
it mended?
But it was a shitty drum because I was broke it, so I want a better drum.
I'm going to say yes. It's not on the list, but yes, he's got a small drum you can buy.
Smoke offers to work on creating and preparing, working on a garden outside the shop, assuming that there is one, to draw extra customers in for a potential discount.
He's got the door locked.
It's up through go.
Ooh, are you trying to buy that 20 gold scroll?
Yeah, we have 3,000 gold. If you want it, just tell us. We're a group. We're a team.
Yeah. Can I?
Of course you can.
Can I have the scroll?
I would blazingly give you 20 gold pieces. Like it's nothing. Because it
The
is.
scroll. Smoke is free now.
He's free of his own mind.
I'm a demon.
You're never going to use friends on me then. Yeah, 20 gold. Yours. Drum is.
Sweet.
5 gold pieces. Oh, actually, 25 gold pieces.
That was quite the price jump.
Yes.
3.
Inflation, man. So,
45.
When you know the world's
These
going.
clothes would take a fair amount of craft to make.
They do, yeah.
Are there any indoor plants or of any kind in the shop?
Yeah, there are a couple of small pot plants around. Mainly decorative. Not for sale, but he'd probably sell them to you since decoration.
Smoke was interested in making them, using druidcraft to brighten them up and
Make them
give
flourish.
them a bit of life.
Try to convince a discount.
Yeah.
Maybe.
If you tell him you're trying to do that, it might work. If you just say you do it, he'll be like, yeah, that works. You do it, Crafton. Great job.
I did initially, but the door was locked.
The ones inside you can get to.
Yeah. So I go to all of them and just yes, as thanks for the scroll that cost 20 pieces. Making his shop look a little bit more lively.
Yep.
oh, can I get like? No, wait, we're visiting an alchemist next, aren't we? They're booking alchemy, but
Your drum has 1 charge of control flames.
Nice.
Oh.
Terrifying.
One per day or just one per
What do you think of that?
Basically, one scroll set.
Did they use the scroll to like make the top bit?
Yeah.
The skin of the drum was made out of the scroll.
So the drum skin is basically emblazoned with. So the drum scroll's emblazoned with these flame-looking runes. He tells you once you use it once, they'll disappear and go back to being normal skin, but you'll be able to control flames.
Probably just gonna get some ink and like draw the flame things over the top later anyway, just to keep them there because they look fucking sick.
That does
What?
It does look very cool. So after some time, you dig through the shop floor, you find slate.
Yep.
Is that 5 now?
Yes, it is. I already wrote it down.
Thanks for counting, thank you.
Yep.
Well, anything else you'd like to buy while you're here?
No, thank you very much for your business.
Thank you.
Are you going to use mending to fix up the floor?
Yes.
I hope
It's
so.
like usual process.
Yeah.
Smoke does so.
And I believe friends of ours may be back here shortly once we receive payment for our work, because at least some of them have taken fine interest in one of your scrolls.
Excellent. Which one are you looking at?
Oh, he can see the fingerprints.
The finger of death.
That might be one. You have that look about you, sir. I approve.
Oh, he's not the only one.
He's only got 5 years left to use it too, so...
Roll for depression.
Roll for sanity.
Oh.
We're all for Alzheimer's.
What is it?
Thanks a lot, Jack.
But yeah, are we done here? Anybody?
I believe we
Minor
are.
items?
I'm good. I don't think so. Good.
Was there anything else people actually wanted to buy?
Medusa eyeballs, but he doesn't seem that.
Because the armor's way too expensive.
Yeah.
And it's probably better if looting it off somewhere else. Someone else.
Wouldn't happen.
Is there eyeballs of Medusa, perhaps? We crushed the last set that we saw, unfortunately.
I don't carry any sort of eyeballs.
Of course.
You
That
wouldn't.
would be despicable.
Yes.
You wouldn't happen to have a flask that you could fill with some form of alcohol that would never run out.
If I did, I wouldn't be here.
I see your point.
That's more of a sort of enchanter type thing. If you have a flask, you might be able to get it enchanted.
You wouldn't happen to have just a flask, would you?
I'm sure I could find you one.
And also enchanting
2 silver
abilities.
pieces.
I'll flick him a gold.
He brings out 5 flasks.
Done.
Do you happen to know anyone who might be
Sure.
specialised in enchantments, perhaps?
Enchantments. Usually they enchant them and bring them to me to sell.
Ah, of course. Fair enough.
Up in the upper district, I'm sure you'll find some that dabble. If you want something more serious, you'll probably have to leave the city.
Fair.
They like to be reclusive and keep their magics to themselves. You know how they are.
Indeed.
If you ever find anything interesting, make sure you bring it back to me. I'll pay fair prices.
Of course.
Absolutely. Thank
Fine.
you very much.
I almost want to say define fair, but nah.
I do have a question. What would you pay for this? And I'll just throw the boomerang into the wall behind me.
2 silver pieces.
How long does it take to pop out and walk back to me?
A couple of seconds later, it pops down and runs across. He's like,
Does that change the price at all, darling?
Hope so.
unfortunately, attuned magic items I can't buy until the attunement's broken.
If and when that happens, if this little friend of mine becomes rather annoying,
Or you have more important things to attend to.
Smoke's ears just perk up at that comment.
We can sell our annoying friends.
we've tried many a
Try
time.
to talk for that.
Not in this area, anyway.
No, you have to.
That's right.
No, you probably more likely have to go back and see Kendall Hallow for that.
You're not wrong.
We go to the next place.
Yes. Onward. The hell was
He
up.
unlocks the door. You see as he does, flips the sign around, the gold starts pouring down. It's an illusion again.
Alright.
I do like that.
Shrine of Suffering is next.
So you head
Sounds rather
to...
bleak.
This sounds awesome.
Once again, it's not too far to go. It's probably about half an hour. The Shrine of Suffering is just a very open part of the city. Stone floors and a simple shrine to Ilmater. And there are a group of people kneeling around. Look very beat up.
We heard about you, lovely fellows. Oh no, they would do it themselves,
you idiots. I mean,
This is probably the sort of people that would get off on the fact if you punch them. So.
then I'm helping people.
They would be satisfied. I wouldn't go that far.
This is a different kind of establishment.
Anyway, is there anybody that looks like they're not hitting themselves?
No one's hitting themselves right now. They look like they have been recently.
Is there anybody that looks like they haven't been hitting themselves recently?
No.
Okay.
Are they all just sort of like moping around? No one's looking like guard-like or anything. We can just dig, right?
I'll say,
Go
is
for it.
anybody gonna stop us?
Let's just dig and get out of here. This place is
down here.
Just go for it.
Cool.
If they question it, I'll deal with it.
yeah, this whole thing's creepy.
Yep.
Roll a d10 for me who was digging.
That'd be me, I guess.
Number of minutes.
Sure, why not? 8.
So after about 6 minutes, you feel like you're getting fairly deep. You hear what's going on. Oi! What are you lot doing over there? As the town guard patrol walks through.
There we go.
We're surveying, darling.
Don't you
City
guys-
business.
Don't you guys talk to each other?
Whose permission have you to be here?
Brandon
Merchant
Silver.
Guild.
I do.
What are the merchants guilds doing ordering surveillance?
We don't know. We're just the workers, darling. You need to speak to them about that.
These are our streets.
Aye.
We're charged to protect them.
Yes.
Do you
We
need
have
protect them with
feathers.
pickaxe?
Yes.
Well, we shall mend afterwards. You can stay and observe if you wish.
Fine, we will.
Lovely.
They stand and fold their arms and stand very uncomfortably close to you.
Good.
Luckily, it's not uncomfortably close to Kevin.
Alright. I'm comfortably close
Keep
to
going.
No.
Where's the knife on them?
Oh, and nice.
Oh,
More like their swords.
they're not important enough to have their knives.
No, these are town guards. They're not captains.
Sad.
Well, they're gods. I mean,
minutes
it's
later,
the
you get
lower
to the
city of
slate,
Baldur's
yeah.
Gate. They're gods.
Slate.
Slate!
Slate, perfect.
Give me a bit.
There you go.
Alright, fix it, you lot.
Will do.
Yep. Not quite as good as it was before, though, is it?
Oh, it's just ground.
Try not to dig any more up.
Well, we've got a few more spots.
We'll be
It's
fine.
surveying. You don't just survey one spot and walk away.
Why not?
That's how science works, darling. You have to do multiple tests and
Do
multiple
I look like a scientist?
No.
Not at all. We
Go
don't
on,
like
get
to
out of here.
It's probably my
Survey, more like survive.
Alright, let's head on out. And
Like
to Black Dragon Gates.
Yep, so the Black Dragon Gate, you know, is past the White and through the upper city.
We have to
you
go
get
through
to-
the other city.
Yep, you get to the gates that go from
Can
the
we,
middle city to the
can we
upper
go
city.
around the upper city?
What do we want to
Can we go over it?
You could go back to the Basilisk
we
Gate and
must
walk
go
around.
through it.
Oh, that would be so time consuming.
Do you want to duck to Alvazar's first, if that's closer or more convenient?
Do any of y'all have a disguise kit?
I can use disguise self on
I'm
myself.
also proficient with a disguise kit.
Yeah.
I think I might.
I know a guy.
Ooh.
I look like a cat.
Very inconspicuous.
Observe, Chelsea. Where are you going?
Oh, I have an idea. The Whelans aren't home. They're out. Oh wait, would I be any more familiar with the Whelans, or are they somewhat newer?
Are they the Willans?
Yeah, the Willans,
They are
sorry.
in the. You'd have to go through the upper city.
No,
to
I'm
the-
saying,
Are
would
they
I be
Whelan and
familiar
Dylan?
with them? No.
They're not
Okay, yeah.
high nobles. They're just richer people.
Well, in which case, I could probably just look like them and say that we're going to their house.
Richer people.
It's a possibility.
Yeah.
Certainly is.
It's a bad idea,
I
but
feel like there's lots of things that we could do that are illegal, but we do have some form of visual documentation that seems to be getting us past most situations.
true. But this is the upper city. There's far more close scrutiny.
I don't have any rich people clothes yet.
Yet.
I mean, I guess we just try and see what
And
happens.
the other thing is it inside the upper city or is it past the upper city?
The gate leads into the upper city, the top of it, and it goes out to Black Gate, which is like a high society small village outside of the city.
Are there any other places that require us to get into the upper city, or is it just to we need to go through it just for this?
You could probably go get on a boat and go down to the sea tower, or even Suez Keep and make your way back up.
That's fine.
Black Dragon Gate, you definitely have to go through there. Whelan House is right in the outskirts.
Well, we're going to have to go through there eventually anyway, so
We might as well do it now then.
let's work out the bureaucracy of how to get through.
I'm gonna just walk.
Also, just as a point of note, I have been every 10 minutes taking the kitten's head out.
You're not just going to give it back to Smoke now?
Well, I mean, if he wants it back, but at this point I'm just bringing it out, letting it breathe, putting it back in until we definitely know kittens are okay. Because I think if
They
we
just
get
seem to be leaving the gate, they were taking animals away.
Ah.
They were letting people walk back in with their animals.
we'll give it back because I don't want to track it anymore.
I'm thinking I'm going to use disguise self. And I'm just going to make my hair no longer the sort of strawberry blonde auburn into a sort of sort of more sort of brown black.
Yep.
Change my eye color to, let's just say brown, and generally make my clothes look a bit nicer, and maybe my shield also a bit newer because it's pretty roughed up at this point. So yeah, just in case anyone asks questions, and also get rid of the scars on my lip and everything to make myself look a little bit more sort of
High society.
yeah, high society, but not exactly recognizable as a Predator, just in case.
Yep.
Is it a spell or is it a kit?
It's a spell.
Okay, that's kind of.
I'll take off all my clothes and look like a regular duck.
Hopping up and down on the
Top
street.
down and put them back on. Regular ducks don't have arms, darling.
Alright, so you head through the middle city. Up to the Heat Gate, which is the internal gate. The fences here are built of much nicer stone, cobblestone. The gates don't look anywhere near as intimidating as the outer city. They are much better guarded. You see two guards in shining silver armour.
Is there any chance that they, like, any of these guards have been the guards that we sent to that tavern right at the start?
Guards you sent to the tavern.
No, they were at the Basilisk Gate, I think.
Okay, that was a while ago. Just wondering.
That was a couple of days ago, and they were at the Basilisk that sort of end before we got to Lorien.
Yep. So yeah, you see these two guardsmen. As you approach, you see a guardsman patrolling the outside of the wall, takes the place of the other guardsman who turns around and starts walking back the other way.
Neat. We're just gonna walk in.
I think so, yes.
Yeah. That should be fun.
Oh god.
That's right.
Dirt.
Proper tracks.
Pickaxe.
Bureaucracy. We wish to enter the high city. Of what measure do we need to partake to gain entry?
What's your status?
Alive.
A+.
I'm not from here, darling. I'm not
What's your
sure.
business in the upper city?
Sylvain.
Under whose orders?
Brandon Silversword.
Then he would have seen you through.
Aye, but you can't be everywhere at once, darling.
Very well. He nods to the other guy and he pulls out a stone and speaks into it. We'll be here shortly.
Sure.
Smoke just goes up to the guy. How does this? Tell me more about this stone.
It's a sending stone.
Sending. Can I have it?
No.
Smoke is upset.
Any ideas, Clara?
Look, I'm sorry for the ruse, but
Oh, that's it.
I'm a relative of Senhut, you see, and I may have been going out adventuring. I hired them to help me, and, well, I need to sneak back in.
Oh, fair enough. So you've been impersonating, having a document from an official, and now you want us to help you sneak back in.
Look,
You do realise that is a crime.
Should I bribe him with an eyeball?
Oh no, darling.
I think we're gonna have to use charm person on this one. Oh,
I
You have to roll real high on the charm person.
I know. I don't think.
friends.
Friends does not work the way you think it does.
Friends, can I commit a crime? Sure!
Only if I can do it with you.
I like you, man, but I can't let you through.
I'm awful spot in the wall. Barry hasn't had to deal with this for
Sorry?
2 minutes
years.
has passed.
Well, let's see what happens.
Should I just go fetch this one? I'll come back. Just give me the pickaxe and I'll go get it. Might be easier.
Yeah.
We're just not in view of the guards, obviously.
Just gonna start.
Just keep going stretch my wings.
In front of the guards?
No, I'll walk off.
Okay.
And just like fly around a bit and then subtly.
I start
drift
juggling
over.
knives directly in front of them. About 15 feet back.
There you go.
By juggling, I mean like finger juggling, so they just go around the finger, like butterfly knives
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Oh, and I might just leave a minor illusion of myself crouching down as I like.
Yeah.
Don't bother.
Another couple of minutes pass and you see a guard coming from the other side of the gate. Swaps with one of them and they walk off. They have a whispered conversation before they do. As you fly over, you see a very well-dressed man wearing robes and a cape, adorned in a lot of jewellery. escorted by about 6 guards behind him, marching down the street, looking very upset.
Does he have a
I don't
sausage?
wanna-
I'll message them that.
I don't want to get us
You would be able
arrested,
to
and I have an idea.
Oh no. So I'll just go to where the slate should be and try and find a quiet spot or any sort of hidden spot I can land.
It's a very, very, very well guarded gate.
On a positive note, at least I know what
But it's
Brandon
like-
Silver Sword looks like.
The next gate.
Sorry?
We're not at the gate with the slate, right? It's like the next gate over, or
Where you want to be digging is the Black Dragon Gate, which is a gate into the upper city, which will be far more well guarded than the internal gates.
okay. So So I'm not
You
gonna-
see ahead around a corner a very well dressed man, quite
I take it
tall.
I recognize him.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I'm gonna drop disguise.
This is a bold move.
this is a bold move.
This is a bold move, but I don't want to get us arrested, and this can get us open access to the city. And I trust as the head of Merchants Guild that he may possibly be discreet. So
The guards one.
He walks down looking annoyed. He's obviously not commissioned anyone to survey. He gets to the gates. His guards ahead of him open the gate. He steps through and he looks at you. Paramount,
indeed it is.
you're
Finally got your
dead.
attention.
Evidently.
Well, evidently not, and I pointed the scars on my face and now revealed by the disguise self, but I prefer it not to be openly discussed.
Could be quite profitable.
Whoa! Sweet. Good.
I drop my knife at that.
That is true, but it would also end up being a knife in my bag, and possibly you, how should I put it, perhaps incriminated in the
Oh no,
event?
I'll be quite fine. Not always need to forge documents.
On the matter of profitable, we do have something that may be profitable for you, darling.
Stand back. Come on, with me.
I'd like to continue talking to him as we're walking
Yep.
about matters that may be profitable and matters that may not be profitable if he decides to engage in activities that we don't particularly like.
Oh, just a one-on-one chat?
Yeah. Just as we're walking along and just discussing how I feel about the matter and how the group would feel if he were to pass on information as to Clarimon's status.
After about a minute, he sort of stops and shakes his head, but he's like, "You're trying to threaten me. You're doing it to the wrong
What was the
man."
roll?
You wouldn't know if
What was the roll?
Which one?
if you fail.
Wait, you did multiple rolls?
Yep.
Oh shit.
If you fail, you have no idea that I tried to frighten you.
Didn't fail.
Okay. And how was he not frightened? It works.
Because you were saying the things that you care about and he's not interested in hearing it.
He's frightened of me.
No, he's not. He passed.
He succeeded.
Ah, well, if he passed, then he has no idea that I tried to frighten him.
No, but you're threatening him and saying things that if you do, and he's like, "You're an ant." No. Who are you?
If the target succeeds, the target has no hint that I tried to frighten him.
What
it doesn't-
wording are
No,
you
but you're
using?
saying the things that would happen to him if something went wrong, and he's not interested in hearing someone try to threaten him.
Hiding it inside the language.
Let's face it.
It's the process of words of terror is. He doesn't know if I
Yeah,
tried
he
to
doesn't know you magically tried, but you still.
Insight?
So you've basically gone to the king and gone, "If you don't help me, mate."
frighten. With higher charisma than I personally have, yes. I'm not a charisma 18 human being. Nor do I look like Shade to Shade.
He implies that he's not interested in not making money,
Okay.
but he's also not interested in any threats, and he doesn't feel like he's under any duress from anyone in the city.
No, of course.
I'm curious. Would you perhaps profit from the manor?
I could have taken that years ago if I'd wanted to. Lived in
fair.
the city, I've got enough estates to hold.
Fair point.
Why? You want it back?
It's tempting.
I could sort it out for you, but you'd owe me a favour.
How big's this manor?
I'm assuming bigger than my ship.
That one over there.
Sorry,
You're a bastard, Brandon.
That was shit, you said?
what?
What kind of favour? I need details if we're going to organise
I
something.
don't know yet, I don't need any favours yet.
Oh.
Well, you may do when the whole place is going to hell.
What about the
Maybe.
favours you don't need? Yes.
You need any? You need any?
I don't know about them yet.
You need any hired help on the ocean?
No. I have a fleet.
Do you need a gardener?
No, I have about 30 on my main estate.
Let's just let
Wasn't
him
bad
talk,
for kids.
darlings.
Yeah.
Please.
What I need is a favour when I need a favour, when it becomes relevant.
That is how favours work.
That is a fair one.
And it seems, after you've exposed yourself, that you need a favour. So, trade's a trade.
Indeed.
I can't promise I can keep you safe.
Oh, I understand that.
We don't need safety, we need discretion.
That's up to you. If you're living in that manner, there's not a lot of discretion involved.
I don't think we intend to live in the manor.
What good is it then?
In time, we'll make a decision. In about a month's time.
Very well. I'll
For
talk
now, I'm not
friends.
interested in the manor. I was just curious.
We do need to get to the Black Gate.
Very well.
I just need entry into the upper city, that's all. And for my associates.
I'll give you full passage.
Thank you.
That works.
Once passage is granted, word will get out.
Depends who you grant passage to.
I work above board.
Aye, then you could grant passage to Alana and her companions.
Lady Clarimont has returned. It will get out eventually.
I know it will eventually.
It doesn't need to be from you, though, darling.
No, but if my name is involved, maybe your risk will be minimized somewhat.
That is true, and actually, if anything, it would aid some legitimacy to the...
No one will question me.
That's very true.
This is like trying to talk to you about magic.
You're not wrong. I just kind of want to dig before I pass out. Or drink, one of the three.
Those were two things.
Look, I feel like
You don't know
it's
about the
point
third
to pass
option.
out of the bag on this one.
How insensitive, he's right there.
Yeah, kitten.
Yes.
That's also
Right here.
Well,
At this point, I've exposed myself one way or another, so I might as well go through the proper channels to give myself the best protection I can.
look, perhaps we should go back to my manor. We can drink, we can sign the documents, we can get it all taken care of.
Can we dig at the Black Dragon Gate first?
Yes, go.
Pickaxe in the
You-
sky.
That's true. Fine, right.
Let's
I'll
go.
meet you later.
The
Don't
guards
worry.
escort you.
Do you want someone to stay with you, or do you want us to go?
Oh, I'm going with you. I'm saying that I will meet him at a later date.
Well, very shortly. We'll just dig here and we'll be there.
Just remember where you are. Remember, I'm not the only one that will recognize you.
I know, and I'm going to recast the disguise self.
Probably in an alley somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, not just like, I'm assuming this conversation isn't like happening.
Yes.
Given that the nature of this conversation requires discretion, I assume this isn't happening like straight out in the open.
I know it is.
Oh shit.
He's surrounded by a complement of guards. No one side-eyes him.
Yeah.
They see the coming like, this alley looks pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll just get that. Unless there's complications, we get the digging done and then go to his place.
I guess.
Oh no, it's fine. I'll go there some other time.
Oh, you want to go there? Okay.
Yeah, so you head to the gate, you see Tom flying around with a pickaxe.
If they approach, then I'll obviously come down and land.
There might be a duck that dive bombs. Don't be too alarmed by that.
The guard escorts you. The guards sort of go to halt you, see the guard with you, just let you pass.
Sounds whoa. Yeah. Alright, to digging boy.
Where are the guards now? Now that the vertical's gone, who is guarding the upper city?
There is a towns guard.
Yeah.
There is also an elite guard that the merchants
Right. Yeah.
guild employ too.
Yeah.
And this is the elite guard.
Cool.
The towns guard know that if they question the elite guard, basically they'll just not have a job if they're alive afterwards.
Yeah. Fair.
How long were we spending with old man?
It was only a few minutes as you're walking through these streets.
5, would you say?
3.5. It could be 5. It would have taken you some time.
Does he have a knife on him?
Oh, it's not about that. We're just
Oh.
more worried about getting a good look at his face, height, proportions,
Yeah.
skin color.
Eye color.
I don't see people like that. But
You don't wear people as masks.
He's got a point.
just collect their facial features later.
That's it.
You find your slate after a few minutes. The
Slate.
guards are looking at you very upset, but they're not questioning you.
Let's take a second piece just for a reason.
Slate.
For a reason.
Alright.
Can I just have a quick chat to one of the guards if they actually respond and just ask where the best tavern is at night, where they would go?
They begrudgingly tell you.
Smoke says a prayer for the digging. Just speed that up.
You go to helm and cloak, all the 3 old kegs. Both are good.
Where would you
Stay
go?
or to drink.
Well, a drink, of course.
Drink.
3 old kegs.
3 old kegs. Is that where you would go?
If I had the choice.
Any night in particular you tend to go?
Why are you asking me?
Just like to make friends in a new town.
We
You
like
might
to party.
have something to spend on.
Well, I'll be working tonight, but I'll probably be there tomorrow.
Noted. 3 old kegs.
3 old kegs.
Is there like a lockout or is it an all-night place?
Stay as long as you like, as long as the gold keeps moving.
When's it get good? Midnight?
Whenever
Who's the DJ?
whenever I show up is when it gets good for me.
Our kitten's
Party
about.
don't stop.
Well then.
Is there a pet policy?
No pets allowed.
Happy hour?
Every hour's a happy hour at 3 old kegs.
Excellent. Well, tell you what, next time you and I are there, drinks on you, and I'll just flick him a gold coin.
Checks on you.
Looks like it's on you, but alright. He doesn't seem that impressed by a gold coin up here. You would assume these guys get paid
Oh,
pretty well.
Enjoy your shift, darling. Just trying to distract him while the slave thing's going on.
Alright.
Shall we? Next? Or
Yes, let's keep going now.
how far away from Halazar? I feel like we've skipped it.
No, we've already done Havazar.
What?
Oh yeah. Did we?
Yeah.
Sorcerer Sundries is Halazar.
Oh!
Didn't know.
Oh!
that
You
was
guys
the
like
guy.
keeping track.
I thought you were supposed to go know an alchemy guy. And that,
Yeah.
we were both going to talk to alchemy guy.
So up next is the Willand house, I think.
The Rillan, yep.
Oh wait, yeah, since we done Black Dragon Gate.
Yeah.
So you head to the edge of the city, and the guy says, not going any further than this. This is where I stay.
Oh, of course. Thank you very much for your help.
Of course. How do you plan on getting back in?
Oh, don't worry, they'll let me back in.
I wouldn't count on it.
You'd be surprised.
Good luck, lady.
Thank you.
Turns around and marches back up the street. The guards open the gate for you to leave. This one's another gate, the Citadel gate down lower.
Once I have the guards out of sight, I'm just gonna slump against the wall and go, well, fuck.
I feel like you could have done that whole interaction with Brandon knowing who you were and not showing your face.
Oh, possibly, but
Everyone roll a perception check for me.
Oh, jeez. Wait, it's actually something I'm good at.
Nice.
Annoying. Oh, no.
oh, did anyone get a good roll?
I had a nat 20, but I'm at disadvantage because I'm exhausted.
Did anyone get a good roll?
I got 14.
I got a 23.
Okay, then I won't worry about it because I got a 1.
I got a 13.
Did anyone else get over 20?
Jeez.
Wow.
I nearly had a nat 20.
You see Clary slump against the wall as the guards are opening the gate. Just out of the corner of your eye, you see something moving. You turn around, you see a very dark-skinned elf wearing a black hood just disappear around a corner.
Ah!
And that's where we're going to end it for tonight. So thanks for sticking around, and make sure you tune in for Thursday night for Star Wars, and back again here Monday and Tuesday for D&D. This time next week to see what is going on.
Whoa.
See you all then.